The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts Underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indy Force.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome back to a rather somber edition of the Indy Force. We have a bit of a breaking news to open up the topics today. Earlier in the day, while we were all just kind of waking up and getting our bearings, it was reported that yesterday, we're recording this on Monday evening, so yesterday, Sunday, ex-WWE talent Shad Gaspard, who you might know as half of Crime Time, reportedly, and now, to be fair, this is coming from TMZ, and I tend to take anything they say with a grain of salt, but apparently, former WWE talent Shad Gaspard, aka one half of Crime Time, went missing from Venice Beach during a swim with his 10-year-old son. About 2 hours before we went to air tonight, we heard in a Discord server that we're all in, Triple Threat Promotions. James has mentioned them in the past. Apparently, from what I'm seeing, they found his son, and he's okay. So that's good news, but about an hour ago, as we were talking right now, they did call off the search for Shad Gaspard, and he may very well be dead.
Jesus Christ. That's...
It's unfortunate.
Now,
Jesus Christ,
here's
man.
the whole thing. He hasn't been gone for 24 hours, so They will probably continue the search tomorrow.
I hope to God, man, that would be tragic.
But absolutely tragic. JTG, needless to say, is worried sick. All of us, most of you probably know he and Shab were tight even before Crime Time was a thing. I'm pretty sure they came up together in the wrestling industry.
Yeah, right.
They did.
Yeah, that would really be unfortunate, honest to God. Like that would be like the funny thing is like they may not have been the greatest tag team. They were definitely not the most successful, but they were one of the most entertaining tag teams, and I would hate to see one of them go over something like this. Like that's just way too young to die. Not to mention, Shad Gaspard's one of the nicest human beings in the wrestling business. Like it wasn't even that long ago, and I remember this like it was yesterday, where he he, ironically, a member of Crime Time stopped a crime from happening. I remember he beat down a guy that was trying to rob an old lady's purse, and he was hailed as a hero for it. Like TMZ covered it, freaking wrestling news sites all over the place covered it. Like how much of a freaking hero he was, and just like, hey, no, I'm just doing, I'm being a good Samaritan, and and it was just a guy who, and I remember he got interviewed like right after it happened, and just how humble he was just to have the opportunity that he had in WWE. Never complained, always looked for the bright side and everything, and just a great family man. I mean, you could tell that him and his son were out to have fun. I'm sure it was like, I'm sure, what the sad part is, I'm sure lockdown's been kind of lessening up all over the country, and I'm sure they were like looking to celebrate by, having fun at the beach, and then, for tragedy to fucking strike like this would be fucking heartbreaking, dude.
So, with that said, and we need to stress, they've only called off the search. From what little I've seen, they have not officially declared him dead yet. Yeah. As Mike said earlier, they will probably resume the search tomorrow. Right. God willing, I hope they do.
Well, the major reason why they're going to cut it for tonight, from what I do somewhat know about how the protocol has to be done, is because it's impossible to see him at night. It's going to be impossible to see anybody at night.
Which makes sense.
Oh, true.
Which absolutely makes sense. So,
on top of the simplistic factor that he was probably sucked by a swell, which means he could literally be anywhere at this point. Because
I'm confused what that is. What is a swell?
Okay. So a swell is a like when you have a wave of water that comes and hits you?
Right.
Well, let's say you go swimming underneath it. What it's going to do is get you placed into like a vortex-like stream. And you could be, let's say...
almost like getting caught in the current.
Yeah, except you're going to get sucked out or maybe even across the beachhead.
So he's probably still on the beach?
No, he could be... That's the whole thing. He could be anywhere. That's the problem.
You know, this is actually a crazy story that I wanted to share. I was caught in a riptide twice, one in Greece and one in Ocean City, Maryland.
Yes.
Now, it didn't take me too far away from the shore, but I had to swim a good distance. So, if I managed to survive two of them, I have full faith that Shad
could survive that. Yeah,
because the guy's like 6'8", 300.
But you have to put in perspective. He's been gone since this morning. Yeah. We don't know how long he's been out at sea at this point. And I don't care how tough of a son of a bitch you are, the ocean will kick your ass eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, eventually, yes.
I'm just hoping he's not trying to like wave his arms and he's just, hopefully his instinct kicked in to just, try to float. Because
ride it out.
Yeah, like in that typical situation, you're gonna want to.
Well, the goal is to find land,
right,
and then go from there.
Yeah, but you also don't want to overexhaust yourself either.
No, but
exactly.
You want it.
Yes.
But the goal number one is to find some type of location of land.
Some sort of dry land mass.
Yes.
Right. So, as updates become available.
We'll let you know what's going on.
We will let you know.
Yep.
We're going to be... this is a spoiler alert, not just for everybody else, but also for these guys as well. We're probably going to do an Indy Force Extra 3 for Double or Nothing predictions. If any news comes out about Shad Gaspard between now and then, we will cover it on the Indy Force, and hopefully the news is good.
Yeah. Shad, you're in our thoughts and prayers. This butt's for you, pal.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
God be with you.
Name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. For the love of God, bring him back safe and sound.
I just have water.
Anyway, I have that Pepsi.
You fucker.
So from a genuine human being that shouldn't be dead at his age to a fucking dude who's just an all-around scumbag. Nikos, you're up.
We're talking about the problem child. Yay!
Yay!
Talk about move whiplash.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
dude, I'm just going to say this. I never really liked this man.
Neither did I.
Both wrestler or wrestling.
If any of you heard that, that was the buzzer. Dinner has arrived. So
Go
Nikos,
and get your dinner.
Nikos, keep talking. I'll be back shortly.
Go.
Like,
Okay, go.
I just never enjoyed like his character, his personality. Like, Mike, you said that you were hoping that he would be like the next Eddie Guerrero, and he just
No. Don't get that twisted, good sir. That's what
They
WWE wanted him to
yes.
be.
That's exactly
okay.
what he meant.
My mistake.
Was the next Eddie Guerrero.
Now, here's the problem. And this is the thing. I will say that he was a character by design that was never meant to be enjoyed. He's the Mexican aristocrat. He's the Mexican $1 million man.
He sucks balls in the ring.
I don't agree with that. That's about all he has going for him, though. His in-ring skills are good, and he can play a rich snob very well because he probably is a rich fucking snob. That's about it.
I don't know. With the amount of dates that he misses on purpose?
Yeah, well, yes. That doesn't mean... yeah, if you want to say as far as wrestler when it comes to commitment, then yeah, he fucking sucks.
He's, commitment in general for him. Commitment in general for him.
In-ring talent, I've seen far worse.
Yeah, but that's like trying to throw a stone into a fucking ocean. Guess what? It's gonna sink. And with him, he's not gonna sink. He just stinks.
Anyway, continue, Nikos.
Right. I'm just getting this warmed up.
Yeah,
just
fair enough.
Restart my computer. So, continue. Yeah.
You know what?
Continue what you have to say about it.
Yeah, well, it's more the fact that what can really be said about Antonio fucking Del Rio? What can be said?
Alberto Del Rio.
Whatever. What can really be said about the nephew to one of the greatest masked wrestlers in history?
Definitely not living up to his father's shoes, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
Or the sad part is, and this is usually how nine times out of 10 these cases go. Maybe he really is. If you uncover the behind the scenes of Mil Mascaris, and we just don't know he did the same shit Del Rio's doing. I'm just pointing it out there. Let me put it like this. Doesn't excuse Del Rio for being a dick, but you never know if this is just him being an idiot, and just, I don't know if he's just, because I know he's not his father, but I'm sure he spent more time. I mean, I'm sure he probably spent more time with his uncle than his father, I would imagine, because he never mentions his dad ever. So, I don't know.
Well, listen, if Jose Alberto Rodriguez, I think his last name is Chucunan, I think.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's Chucuan.
Did you restart? How long is it going to take for your computer to restart? Is it running slow?
I'm just on the messenger. It's just that it's taken a while.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, I apologize for that.
It's fine.
Oh, wait. Hold up. So, which article is it?
It's probably the one with the first. It's right around the first topic. It should be there. Like, it's right there. Of the actual list.
News4SanAntonio.com link.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the Skype chat.
Yep.
If you need it.
No, he's already got Messenger up. Hey, dude, he never wants to use Skype again, and I'm pretty convinced at least.
Understandable.
Definitely not. No way am I using, especially Windows Skype. Thing's atrocious.
So, I'll say this. His body of work is impressive, but that doesn't make a goddamn difference when you are, well, who he is. And by the way, what we're talking about is not the first time our friend here has been in trouble with the authorities.
Right. Allegedly. Oh no, with the authorities, yeah. I thought you were gonna mention the Page thing.
Oh no, that's what I said.
Not.
I just said with the authorities. I just put it in brackets because it's an in general thing. And as noted, he's had relationship problems since 2016, I want to say.
Something like that, yeah, with Paige.
So
No.
No, prior to Paige, you're right.
His wife filed for divorce in June 2016 because he was committing adultery.
With Paige.
Yeah. In 2016, again, he got into the relationship with Paige, and they obviously split in 2017. He owned a restaurant in California in 2016. It closed in 2017. And he is now he's a citizen of the United States. And I don't know why.
Anyway, Nikos, has it loaded?
Not yet. It's on the Skype one, right?
Yeah, it's on the Skype. It's on the Skype chat.
James, do you want me to read it? Because I have it up right now.
I was gonna say. So how much of Flame the Puta did I miss?
Let me.
Shit about Del Rio.
I'll give you like a rough draft. So on May 10th, 2020, our boy Rodriguez, as he's put on the actual police report, was reported to be arrested on May 9th in San Antonio, Texas, after alleged sexual assault of a woman. Oh, and threatening to drop her child in the middle of a road. According to the criminal complaint,
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Was alleged with assault and causing injury to the woman on May 3rd. The victim also says that he took her downstairs, forced her to strip and dance for him, sexual assault. The victim claims after this, Rodriguez told her not to, or he would, not to leave, or he would take her child and leave him in the middle of the road somewhere. A warrant was given against.
I'm gonna clip this part and put it in the Impact Dynamite clip that I did that I was going to post. I now change my vote to have Cain Velasquez take Alberto Del Rio's place.
Yes.
Fuck this asshole.
Yes.
Holy shit.
No wonder Vincent Kennedy McMahon signed him.
So he's being charged with 1 count of sexual assault and 1 count of assault causing bodily harm. He was booked by the Baxter County. Bexar, B-X-A-R, I think that's the Baxter County, jail, and he was found with bail of $50,000, and he was able to be released at 3:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Now he's just waiting for a trial date.
That can't come soon enough. Jesus Christ.
So
Yeah.
we'll just say this. For our friend Dos Caras Jr. here, who, by the way, fought Mirko Kokop and lost in the first round.
No, he can eat shit.
Yes.
He can eat shit. And by the way, I hope I don't know what happened between the MMA fight between him and Tito Ortiz, but I hope he fucking rocked you now.
Well, I can tell you. Okay, I got some stuff here for you. In 2000, he fought against Mirko Kokop, who is in our AEW game.
Video game, yeah.
Yes, because he's an incredible athlete. Lost in the first round in the Pride Championship fights to a fucking head kick. First round. In October 11th, 2016, he decided to. He was named president of MMA.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Because he stepped out a year later.
This is a genuine reaction. I think it's also because I had food, but it really knowing that story just made my stomach turn. I now gotta go and to the bathroom.
Go do what you gotta do.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be right back.
Do your business.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Nikos, take over the rant.
So from 2016 to 2017, he not only got divorced, given a charge of adultery, which he already had from a previous marriage in 2015. So from 2015, 2016, remarried, had 3 children, dated, left Paige under specific circumstances, had a restaurant, lost that, was a president of the MMA promotion, Cabaret Americanos, was one of the heads, lost that in 2017 because he had to step down because of his concentration on his wrestling career. Fucking idiot. And now this. Oh, and before I forget, December 7th, 2019, lost a bout via first round submission. We're dealing with a loser. He's a fucking loser.
He's lazy at best.
Not only the fact that he has no showed wrestling dates for his own stupid fucking alcoholism problems that he has, which is why you don't hire him. And on top of it, which is the big one for me, the fact that he's an abusive pile of human shit. I hope he never gets hired in any company again. I hope his uncle and his father and his brother are all looking at him with such amazement in their eyes of how much of a piece of shit they bred.
He's a macho. Like,
his family is a wrestling family, my dude.
Dude, his uncle is Mil Mascaras.
His father is Dos Caras, for fuck's sake.
We're talking about Mexican lucha legends.
We're talking about people that have been wrestling forever. And then you know what? I'll pull it up. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up really quick. Dos Caras, which is his father, started wrestling, let's see, 1970.
2 faces, for those who don't speak Spanish.
Yes. He wrestled January 6, 1970, Mil Mascaras. Started wrestling in 1963.
Impressive.
So let that other thing sink in for a bit. Yes, he is literally named after a Batman villain.
Yeah.
All right.
It's something here. Alberto Del Rio, Alberto El Patron, Alberto whatever the fuck, Jose Alberto Rodriguez.
Look,
I'll say this to you.
How about we address him by his appropriate name?
Cunt.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me do my thing for him because I'll take this off so I can get into the alcoholism that is his life. You know that guy with the big fucking nose? You know, he's a big pussy. He's a big cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know James is probably gonna put his picture in it. I'm fucking looking at him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got some words for Del Rio as well, but I don't want to get demonetized.
No, do it.
We're
not even
monetized. We're not monetized.
We're not even monetized. Go nuts, dude.
Fucking spick ass Guido looking motherfucking pedophile mustache little bitch.
So that has to get censored. That's gonna have to get censored.
Look at his mugshot. I would not trust this man at a daycare.
No,
Not only if it was a daycare filled with little wrestling youths.
Nah, I agree with that. Actually,
let me put it.
I wouldn't trust this dude at a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I wouldn't trust this motherfucker with a wish to begin with, not even just to make a wish.
Dude,
Let me put it like this, and I know, James, you can censor this part of the podcast, and that's fine. But let me tell you something, you fucking wetback motherfucker. If you ever cross the line into my state, I will personally flag your ass so fucking fast that I'm sending your ass back to Mexico on the back of a fucking donkey. You got that, you stupid fucking chrome dome looking cunt.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not censoring any of that, and I'll tell you why. I normally would be like, you know what? 2 wrongs don't make a right. In this fucking case, no, all bets are off. You know what? Call him all the racist shit you want. You know why? He's the wrong one at the end of the day. We don't fucking abuse women. We don't fucking treat them like they're fucking scumbags, pieces of trash that you can leave on the sidewalk.
Yeah, and more importantly, we don't threaten the lives of children
No.
by throwing them in the middle of the street.
Honestly, honest to God, and I'm serious.
Hold on.
With every fiber of my being, this man should be Benoit.
Oh yeah,
he
should be cut out of every single piece of footage in WWE history.
This man deserves to be. First off, he should have 25 to 50 years in prison at least.
No, he can't.
If not life.
He physically cannot be given that for 2 charges of assault and threatening of a human life. He can't be given 30 years in jail.
Dude, the minute he fucking threatened it's like
however, what you can do is give him about 10 years with probation if he's lucky, and if his lawyer's good enough, a fine on top of the fact that he has to pay legal fees for a long fucking time.
Yeah, well, just for the record, I hope his lawyer ain't good enough. I hope your lawyer's shit.
Well, with his family and their money?
Yeah, with his family and their money, yeah.
No, I'm just putting it out there. Listen, and by the way, there are...
Fuck him, I hope he's blackballed, dude.
Dos Caras Sr., Miller Mascaras, I got a piece of advice for you guys. Back the fuck off.
Yeah.
Here's what you do here with your son. You bring him back to Mexico, you put a mask on him, and never tell him to take it off for the rest of his existence.
No.
The reason why is because if I ever see his face on television, I will purposefully go down to whatever arena he's in, and I will make him sell oranges on the side of the highway.
No, I don't even want him doing that. He doesn't even deserve to sell oranges on the fucking side of the highway at this fucking point.
Dude, just take his citizenship away. He's fucked.
No, I don't want him in my country. I don't want him in Mexico. I don't think he deserves to be anywhere without being crucified for the rest of his life after putting a fucking child at risk. Even threatening that is fucked beyond belief. Benoit this motherfucker, blackball him from this fucking industry, and never take him back. Ever. Looking at you, Conan. Do never take him back. He's done. He's done. I never want to see this fucking prick on my television screen again after what he fucking did. And you know what? After hearing what I just heard, I'm convinced he actually assaulted Paige now. I'm convinced now. And she's probably stayed silent about it for this fucking long. Don't be surprised if you hear her on a shoot interview in the next couple of weeks talking about the abuse she went through dating Del Rio.
Oh yeah, because he's a piece of shit. It's quite obvious.
Fuck you fucking no-talentless hack fucking douchebag. Get in the fucking bin with every other. And you know what? Here's another one. Asshole Hall of Fame. Number one candidate for this fucking
Listen, James, he's a BMA. He's a big Mexican asshole.
Yep. Bye-bye. Go fuck yourself. I don't ever... Never come back to my fucking industry, you fucking pagan.
Dude, he's a fucking carny. What do you expect?
Yeah, dude, so I know carnies that are more well-behaved than this fucking trash heap.
Never thought I'd agree with Zeb Coulter.
Dude, he's a carny. He is. He's a fucking carny.
You know what? The funny thing is, Zeb Coulter's whole thing was a gimmick, and it turned out he was right.
Yeah.
Just tell him to take his fucking gordita ass back to Mexico.
You know, the people that do sneak over here, I do want to point out, because people are probably going to be like, all right, that's taking it too far. I want to point out that not all people that come across the border are assholes, but guys like Del Rio don't help their case.
No, not at all. It only takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch.
This guy just assaulted a woman, threatened her child. Like,
he's an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic and he has problems.
And I will say the same thing that I said about Del Rio. I'll say it even more for Del Rio, like I said about Jeff Hardy. Fucking force this prick into retirement. He does not deserve to be in that squared circle. I don't care if it's 15 by 15. I don't care if it's 20 by 20. I don't care if it's the 6-sided fucking ring. He deserves to be gone, blackballed, game over, you're done. You have fucking had your 9 lives. It's time to fucking die. Character-wise. get the fuck out of my industry.
Well, I mean,
That's it.
That's about it.
Is there anything else we need to say? Because
I'll leave it on this last point, and I'll say this. Del Rio is an alcoholic. He's been an alcoholic for years. He will never attempt to get clean, so the Mexico can finally go back over the border, take away his fucking green card, and send him home, because he should not have citizenship in the United States. He does not deserve it.
no.
There are
people.
hardworking individuals that are crossing that fucking border that need a job, that have to have a job, that are trying their fucking hardest to make a life for their children over here, and those are the people that deserve to have a green card, not a cocksucking fucking piece of shit, big nose asshole.
Who has to rely
threatens
on
women.
his family's money.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. If it wasn't for his lineage, he would be worth nothing. He's a piece of fucking paper in the wind.
There's nothing else to really be said. I don't even want to talk about this.
So added to the Asshole Hall of Fame, which, by the way, James and I have been talking about, we're going to be doing a whole thing by the end of December for the Asshole Hall of Fame. Del Rio, you just got fucking inducted.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You played
Congratulations.
Yeah. And it's not a gimmick, by the way. If you're in the Asshole Hall of Fame, you did something incredibly shitty. Like, it's not like one of these fucking things where, like, I'm sure people are like, why isn't, like, Jim Cornette in the fucking Asshole Hall of Fame? He's done dumb shit, but he's nothing nearly to the level.
Jim Cornette may yell, scream, swear, and maven slap somebody in the fucking face.
I mean, Santino slap.
Yes. But here's the difference. Cornette's an old-ass man. Cornette is always going to be stuck in his ideology, but he does not touch the industry that he's been a part of for years.
Yeah, and not to mention, he's also not, abused women.
At least to our knowledge.
At least to our knowledge, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Like,
if people are gonna be like, "Oh, what he said that Dana Brooke was abused," grow the fuck up. It's not that.
I don't know, but what about what he said to the Wendy's worker that night with Jericho and fucking Lance?
Okay,
Lance
that was on them. I don't care.
To be fair, Jericho was being kind of a cunt that night.
He was being a cunt, egging
He's
it on.
Jericho.
But Cornette was.
Cornette was. Allow me to take a quote from Jericho. And
we ordered the damn shit.
Well, allow me to take a quote from Jericho and say, "Hey, Mexicunt, you just made the list."
Oh! I was like, when did he say Mexicunt?
No,
I mean, if it was recent, it would be about Del Rio.
He's just listen. He's a good worker, but that's not enough for me to say he should stay in the business. That's it.
And I can't even say he's a good worker now because it gives me the fucking.
Oh wait, no. Applying that he's a good worker in general is fucking hilarious. Which he doesn't. He doesn't show up for promotions. But anyway, we're listen. He's getting listen. Dora the Explorer here will eventually get deported, and we'll get on to the next topic. Deported.
Dude, if the minute we hear his card got taken away, that's the song I'm singing in celebration. The wife beater got deported. Deported.
By the way, if he goes to jail, he's fucked.
Roy.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Literally.
No. I mean, somebody's gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, Mike's just being funny." There are 3 things that prison doesn't like: wife beaters, child beaters, and rapists.
Yep.
And he's all 3. The last one's pedophilia, but that's obvious. But he's 3. He's 3 of the rings of power here.
He's 2. He's 2. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, you're right. He is 2.
Dude, he's fucked.
Yeah, he's 3. Yeah, he's done.
He's gonna get shanked if he ever goes.
Oh, absolutely.
I was gonna say don't drop the soap, but I don't think they want to even do that to him.
Dude, that applies that he fucking cleans himself.
Yeah.
Well, if he goes to prison, staying dirty will probably be the smartest thing he ever does.
If I just don't Listen, if I just don't clean my asshole, I'm okay. Dude, I would want to go to jail just to meet fucking Del Rio so I could sit there and be like, hey, do you know what a huss is? The pig.
Oh,
That
wait.
cannot fly straight.
Wait, hold on. They're talking about prison stuff, about getting shanked and stuff. Hey, we told you it was rated M in the start, so that's your own fault, idiot. Anyway,
And if you want to downvote or fucking leave a thumbs down in the comments section, I don't give a shit.
If you want to display your own stupidity, you go right the fuck ahead.
what are we just gonna do? We're just gonna do what PewDiePie does. 15,000 dislikes. Can we do it?
Anyway, let's get on to the next topic.
If that actually happens, I'm gonna shit myself.
I don't
laughing.
even give a fuck if we get 15,000 dislikes. That means we made it. If that's the case.
Oh yeah, if 15,000 people make their way over here, I'll laugh my ass off. But let's put it like this. Let's go on to the next topic. Dwayne the Rock Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Hey,
By the way, Nikos,
Actual somewhat decent human being.
A actual decent human being that hasn't ever been a cunt.
Actually, no. Rock is just a decent human being all around.
Exactly.
Except for that
Until-
time.
I was gonna say.
Except for that time where he bludgeoned Mick Foley. Well, we don't talk.
I was gonna say until you get him in the ring.
Hey, listen. What happened between him and Mick is like almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah, well, they
So-
made up. It doesn't mean he wasn't a prick in that
Oh
situation.
yeah, absolutely. I'm just putting it out there that it happened. There's not much that can be done about that now. This thing with the other.
To be fair, that was The Rock's whole gimmick anyway, just to be
Exactly.
a cunt in the ring.
It's more
Exactly.
to think now, but it's more to think now. But to build his heel persona, I wish when he was bludgeoning Foley, one of his lines while he was talking on the mic was, "You smell what The Rock is cooking? It's called steel to your fucking face," or something like that.
Anyway,
That
let's
was
go
a
on to
missed opportunity.
Anyway, why don't we talk about the thing that he has been doing? He has been doing.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Nikos, you want to try to read this? If the
Yes, I will read this.
Yes,
All right.
I will.
Yes, I can.
Drops
article
his
is called-
fucking phone.
The article is called "The Rock Praises Dasha Karet, Reveals Billy Kay is one of his favorite WWE stars."
Oh
This is
wow.
posted on WrestlingInc.com. As noted on Tuesday at this link, AEW announced that Dasha Karet, Dasha Gonzalez, Dasha Fuentes in WWE, is one of the competitors on The Rock's Titan Game 2020 competition series.
Yes.
The second season will kick off on Monday, May 25th, with a 2-hour premiere on NBC. Rock took to Twitter today and responded to AEW's tweet praising Dasha. Dasha Karet is a badass and was a relentless competitor. The wrestling world will be very proud of her performances on our NBC Titan Games, Rock wrote. Dasha responded with several emojis and wrote, "Damn made. Thanks for the shout out at The Rock." In related tweets, we noted over. Yep.
Really quick, one quick thing that I have to interlude. She is a member of. She originally was a member of NXT, who was released in 2019. She was teamed with
Yeah,
Dana Brooke, and I believe it was Dana Brooke and Becky Lynch. She teamed up with them with the NXT live event in April 2015. I want to say.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So
True.
good for her.
Yep.
I
related
feel like
to-
if she really is that athletic in the Titan games, why is she not a wrestler and just...
James, I have a better question for you. Why is a scientist a professional wrestler?
Well, I mean,
Can
she's
I?
also an interviewer.
No. Can
You know
I?
what happened? I'll tell you why.
Can I explain what I mean by that?
Probably
First
like,
off?
this shit's kind of boring.
James, can I explain what I mean by that though?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Not only is she not only does she have a master's degree in health sciences and microbiology, she knows molecular fucking biology, and she graduated in 2012 in the UCF, the University of Central Florida.
Right.
She's not stupid.
No, of course
I mean,
not.
she's not a moron. She's a very why. Oh, why would you go into wrestling if you have a fucking if you are a goddamn scientist?
I think, you know what? I don't think she was like probably thinking, this isn't challenging for me.
which is
It
fine.
could just be that. It honestly could just be that.
And
Honestly,
that's fine. Honestly, it's completely fair. But I just want to put
Nothing
that out there.
wrong. Nothing wrong with wanting to challenge yourself.
Exactly, and it's the fact that that's a piece of information that really should be known to begin with. Is that she's fucking stupidly bright.
yeah, right.
Make her character in AEW that fucking intelligent. Use her intelligence as a strength, not a weakness.
Yeah, I think she should be a wrestler. She would be great as a wrestler too.
But yeah, she should be. She already is in AEW.
Yeah,
she
she's an interviewer.
episode.
If she's in the fucking Titan games and she did that well and people are praising her for it, why isn't she training at the Nightmare Factory to be a wrestler?
I think it's because of. Continue, Nico.
It should have been an idea. No, it's fine. It should have been included in the AEW video game that we made up with.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you haven't seen that, go on my channel right now and check out that Indy Force Extra 2. We go over the AEW video game.
The link's somewhere up here.
It's like right there. I'll try to figure out that little eye thing, and you can go check it out. Okay, great. Let's move on. Let's move on. But yeah, no. Congrats, Dasha. And related tweets. What else was said? He liked K.
So, in related to which we noted over the weekend how several stars and brands sent happy birthday wishes to the Great One as he celebrated his 48th on Saturday.
Happy birthday, Dwayne!
Happy belated, but
it's a little late for that. But
happy belated birthday, Dwayne!
Do you think somebody made him a pie instead of a cake? Do you think he's just anti?
I fucking hope so.
You 100%.
He walked in.
That not a thing?
He walked into his wife's bedroom. He just walks in. Spread the legs. I want pie.
Poontang pie.
No, The Rock is gonna eat the whole damn pie.
I love cherry pie.
That's about it.
I love pie, but not as much as I love ducks.
What?
Oh,
I'm in the mood for duck pie.
Oh my God, Nikos, thank you for bringing that up because I think the funniest line from Jimmy Neutron, and I can't believe I'm saying this now, from his fucking dad is this. One time when I was a kid, I sat on a banana, and that changed my life forever. And I went, this fucking show is so retarded. I love it.
Anyway, continue, Nikos.
I think Casey's good. Don't choke on that milk. We're gonna need it later when I squeezed his goofy tates.
Yep.
One of these tweets is from WWE superstar Billy Kay. The Rock responded to Kay's well wishes and called her
James
one of his
is fucking
favorite
done.
WWE superstars.
James is fucking done.
You know what happens when you take a mentally ill individual and you stick him on a talk show with an asshole? You get what you fucking deserve.
James is fucking done.
Oh my God. James, you are red in the face.
Yeah, I know.
You look like you ran outside for 10 minutes.
James
I
runs.
wish I
That's a
ran
revelation.
outside for 10 minutes.
No,
That mean he
instead,
was actually trying to lose weight.
no, instead, I know you and you dance.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, James.
Dude, you keep
dance in
mentioning
the
it.
rain.
You know what? You keep mentioning it. I'm just gonna fucking release the video.
I'll
Please
put.
don't.
Do it, cunt.
Okay. All right. Hold on. You know what?
Oh, no.
No. Okay.
Oh,
no. He dared me. Hold on. We're gonna have a.
I mean, I could just do this. Okay, now that that's done, let's get on to the next topic here. AEW fined $10,000. I mean,
you keep muting me, but I'll just unmute myself.
How does one learn this power?
Okay, now that Mike's muted.
Okay. Here we go. I got it in public. It's gonna happen. Wait, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait, what the fuck's going on now? I don't want to do it now. The joke got ruined. Jesus Christ. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Like, the whole point was for me to release it, and then you just... Oh, let me just mute everybody.
Oh, that was funny.
It's not
That's
even fun now. It's not even fun.
Nikos, you're still muted. Yeah,
Fuck.
you are.
Look what you fucking did, you dick.
You know how I can tell he's still muted?
Nikos, you're fucking with me. I'm not stupid.
Yes, I am fucking with you.
Fuck you, Frank. Alright, you did that
2 for 2,
once.
motherfucker.
You ain't gonna get me twice with that, you piece of shit.
No, I almost did.
You almost did, and then it occurred to me, nah. I didn't fall for that again. Alright. Can we finish up the... Actually, wait. Does it just talk about Billy Kay? Alright, nobody cares, because she's gonna get buried anyway.
Before we move on, there is another thing I would like to bring up. Apparently, Rock's daughter has signed.
Yeah, with NXT.
Hey, it's a start.
I'm sorry. Do you blame me to not be excited anymore when...
Hey, you know what?
WWE.
It's okay. It's a good start for her career. It's a good thing to put on the resume. But hey, thank you, Dwayne Johnson, for the AEW praise. I'm glad that they added somebody new to the roster, and it's gonna be helpful.
It's gonna be good shit.
Yep.
Yes, I agree.
Good stuff,
and you know what? I like Dwayne for praising AEW in any capacity.
So why don't we get on to the next thing here, which is AEW was fined $10,000 for the unsanctioned match of Full Gear.
I can't fucking believe this actually went through.
Before we say it, every state has the right to their rules and laws.
Oh, great. I can't open the fucking link.
Let me
try,
try.
James. I got it.
I already did.
Okay. Cool. All right, go ahead, Mike.
So Fightful, which is the website in the article, was written by our good friend Jeremy Lambert.
Who? Because you cut out like a motherfucker. You cut out like a
It's just going to take a couple seconds because it has to...
Yeah.
Right. So the article was released May 6th, 2020 by Jeremy Lambert.
Yep.
It is said that Maryland, the Maryland Athletic Commission decided to fine AEW $10,000 for the unsanctioned match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega, which happened at Full Gear November 2019. So it did take about a year for this to go all the way through, but hey, what are you going to do? They have 30 days to pay the fine. WCW announcer Chris Cruz. Whoops, that was a fucking slip up. Yeah. Decided to make a comment, and it's a relative. Let's be honest. This is pocket change for this company. $10,000 isn't that much.
Don't care.
It's a fee.
Dumb.
I agree that it's stupid, but it's mostly because of the spider web, the barbed wire spider web, the broken glass, and the mousetrap board.
That was the stuff that didn't cut them.
Agreed.
Do you see
but that's
why
one of the major reasons.
Retarded? This guy literally is just on Jim Cornette's side, doesn't like AEW, so he literally just made a bunch of bullshit up to make it look worse than it actually was.
Agreed.
Because if you're a wrestler, you know what shit was real, and you know what shit was actually fake. That toothpick that they fucking brought up is actually fake. The fucking spring barbed wire was actually fake. The only thing that was real in that instance that was legitimate that you could make an argument for was the barbed wire, and he knew that shit wasn't gonna fucking fly and they were gonna pass that off. So he brought all the other shit into it and pretended, oh, this was all real when it wasn't.
Now here's the whole thing.
It's fucking retarded. All it was just a sad fucking attempt to try to stop any momentum AEW had. So this is their way of doing it. And then Jim Cornette on his fucking podcast was like, I like how you maintain the integrity of the wrestling business, even if you're a bit grumpy about it. Like, motherfucker, you wouldn't have said this shit fucking 20, 30 years ago if Terry Funk and Mick Foley had their unsanctioned match in the U.S. and they got fucking fined.
Agreed.
So what's the difference here between Omega and Moxley? What?
Because
just because you don't like AEW, just because you don't like Omega? Grow up, you fucking man-child.
Anyway, but let's put it like this. They have been fined. It was $10,000. Thank God it's only $10,000 and that they are a $1 million company right now.
Right. But still, what the fuck?
Have they already paid Maryland yet?
They probably will. They have about 30 days.
They do have 30 days. I expect that they'll pay up within like a week.
If I was AEW, I would not try to fight this, and I would just say, I would just go to the athletic.
I would do a show in Maryland again, and
no, James. I know that you're speaking right now from a place of anger, not a place of business. If you are AEW, you contact the Maryland Athletic Commission, and you ask them, what can we do and what can't we do? That's all you would have to do. Literally, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
Well,
so that way you're able to... Why cut a state?
It was clear. That's the problem, though, and that's what's going to come out about it.
Agreed.
It was clear what they could do. Why else would they going to have the fucking match?
Agreed. But all I have to say is, and this is my only point that I need to make, Maryland as a state can do what they wish when it comes to providing entertainment in their state.
I'm not saying they can't. It does not make my argument any valid that it was just Chris Cruz being a fucking
agreed. Chris Cruz
bitch.
Chris Cruz comes from a different mindset of wrestling, and with Cornette's, I'm not worried about Jim Cornette. I'm not worried about Corny.
Yeah, well,
fucking he's in his pocket dimension of wrestling where he's gonna watch clips from like 50 years ago, and he could do that.
No, he's watching this shit now and shitting all over it. And if you don't like it, don't fucking watch and don't bring toxicity. Like, it makes no sense. And I say the same thing to people that watch the WWE. If you don't like the fucking shit, don't fucking review it. Don't watch it. All you're doing is adding toxicity to the fucking community when you do that shit.
Agreed. And
it doesn't help anything. It doesn't.
But hey, I would rather lose Corny and gain Mike Tyson instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Who has been is it rumored or confirmed that he's going to appear at Double for Nothing?
Yes.
Double or Nothing.
Double for Nothing, yes.
Double for nothing and your chicks for free.
We are talking
He will be the one to present the TNT Championship belt to either Lance Archer or Cody.
Now, let's say this first. To those that have been, or at least don't know who Tyson is, let's give a brief background.
Right.
The youngest heavyweight champion in boxing
history.
The longest, one of the longest reigning heavyweight champions in boxing history.
Who did he beat? Who did he beat to take his first title?
I want to say it was Holyfield, but I'll take a look. It should be. So we're talking about somebody in his career had 50 fucking wins. 50 wins and 44 knockouts and 6 losses with 2 no contests. Yeah, Tyson is a...
Now, granted, most people are going to know Tyson as just the guy that bit part of Holyfield's ear off, but
there's so much more to Tyson than just that.
There really is.
He's definitely changed for the better since then.
A lot. He has mellowed out so much since retiring from boxing.
Agreed.
He's become an entrepreneur in his own right. He's an actor now of some repute. And I'm pretty sure he's getting into art now.
Actually, apparently, in the end of this article, he's coming back to boxing.
I mean, if you've seen the Facebook video, he's better than he was when he was in his prime.
Because now all he has is power. He just has power behind his hits. He can now go dead arm and just fucking hit with full force. He has.
How old is he? 53?
Tyson is 53 years old.
I don't know how well he's going to do against the young cats, but if he can beat the young cats, Fucking hell.
Here's the whole thing, and here's
you know they got to build the matchup between fucking what's his face over in UK. Why am I blanking on his name? He was wrestled Braun Strowman. I forget his name now. What the fuck was his name? He was in fucking the stupid Saudi show, but
I don't remember, good sir. It's been a hot minute.
the Gypsy. I know his nickname's the Gypsy King.
It sounds familiar, but I'm blanking.
To Google.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, there we go. Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson.
Oh, Fury's fucking great.
Yeah, there we go. I just couldn't remember his fucking name for some reason.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh yeah, no, him and Tyson would be a fucking money match. They have.
When did he win his first? When did he win his first title? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's been a while. I haven't looked at.
Oh man, dude,
now,
we're gonna be going way too long if we keep trying to look shit up. I just want to look.
Is this under WBA rules or?
No, I think it's under a different promotion, but at this point, all boxing companies can't survive on their own, so they have to work together now. I mean, fuck's sake, that's why they had KSI and Logan Paul on DAZN. I mean, they need money. Like, the industry's hemorrhaging money right now.
Okay, let me put it like this. Tyson was in boxing for 4 months and became the youngest heavyweight champion at the age of 20 and fought Trevor fucking Burbick. Burbick. And beat him.
Yeah, this guy is no
impressive.
Mike Tyson is no joke, and that was when he was 20.
He's 20,
and when he was 20, and when all he had was
actual article.
Before we do, I have to say this. That was when he was 20, and all he had was instinct and a good set of arms on him.
Dude, now he had agility. Yes.
That too. Now he's 53 and he's got 30 years worth of experience behind his hits.
Yeah,
right.
I'm fucking terrified of Tyson now.
On top of the major fact that if Tyson was to compete again nowadays, not only the 30 years of knowledge, not only is he maintaining his speed that he had from 33 years ago exactly. We have an individual here who is considered by most and by many as the baddest man on the planet.
For a very fucking good reason.
You can't beat him in a one-on-one. Holyfield beat him, and it's fucking Holyfield, and that's why. But anyway, so on top of not only the Mike Tyson room, Mike Tyson appearing in AEW, Double or Nothing, we have Rey Mysterio somewhat confirmed, Sting somewhat confirmed, and the Revolt are supposed to be joining AEW.
Formerly known as the Revival. So,
yes. Well, they can't use that now. They've already gotten a cease and desist.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, you have what are their real names, James? The names you use for the AEW?
Cash. Well, it's not their real names. It's Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler now, which is the most porn-sounding title names I've ever heard of in my life. By the way, complete with pornographic mustaches. By the way, if you see them,
hey. Don't be bashing the mustache, okay? That's power. If we've learned anything, Mike Hagar taught us that mustache equals power. Don Fry, mustache, power. Dan Severn, mustache, power.
True. But anyway,
even James Archangel, mustache.
Wait,
power.
Who was reading this article? Did somebody already start?
I think Mike was going to read it.
If you want, I'll just read it.
If you want to, go right ahead, because
let's go.
Sure thing is being an asshole.
All right, cool. The former two-time boxing world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson will appear at the May 23rd event. As per tweeted by the wrestling promotion, Iron Mike Tyson will present the TNT Championship to the winner of the finals between Cody Rhodes and Lance Archer with Jake Roberts. So it shows the tweet here. You've already probably seen it, most of you by now. Iron is no stranger to pro wrestling. He has a WWE Hall of Fame ring and is part of the celebrity wing. He has appeared at WrestleMania 14 as the enforcer for Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold. main event, and in the main event, this is really badly typed in my opinion. And in the main event, knocked out the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, after the match. By the way, I'm paraphrasing a lot of this and adding some shit.
Quick side note: Michaels was terrified.
Yeah, well, no,
definitely.
you're taking a punch from Mike Tyson. He ain't gonna pull back either.
And if anybody goes, Tyson doesn't still have it. Ask Steve-O when he decided to run and jump into Tyson's fist.
Well, Steve-O's different than Holyfield, though. I
know. I'm just putting it out there. For a normal human being, such as Steve-O, he ran, jumped, and hit Tyson's fist with his face, broke his nose in 2 different places, and was bleeding like a fucking animal.
Right. Now, later, he appeared as a guest host and reunited with DX on the one night he knocked out Chris Jericho to close an episode of Monday Night Raw. It was a play on his unofficial status as a member of DX in the late 90s, even though he fucking betrayed them, and then they just forgave him, but okay. Continuity, non-existent in WWE, apparently.
Hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. He's Tyson.
Yeah. Safe to say, Y2J will not have forgotten this, and we could see a skip between Iron and Le Champion. Jericho at the event as part of Stadium Stampede match between the Inner Circle and the Elite. So people are predicting he's going to be involved in that somehow, I think. However, this is just wishful thinking. Yeah, no shit. This is because AEW confirmed Iron only for the main event. So I guess the TNT Championship is the main event. Only one competitor and AEW stakeholder, Cody, tweeted his excitement at being a part of the tournament and having the honor to finish it. He says, "It has been a privilege to compete in this tournament. It'll be an honor to finish it. The king of pay-per-view, the baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson, to present the TNT Drama Championship at #AEW. Will Mike Tyson get involved in a spot and knock out any AEW talent? Could he serve as an equalizer to the American Nightmare and help him deal with Jake Roberts? One thing is for certain, with the baddest man on the planet around, there is sure to be an abundance of chaos."
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say this. Here's what I predict will happen.
Right.
Lance Archer will win the championship, and him and Tyson will eventually get into a scuffle when trying to hand the championship over. And
I don't think that would be smart, though, if you do that, because then you have to have Tyson look, good.
Yeah.
Like, because if Tyson's going to go back into boxing, you can't fucking have him look like a schmuck to Archer. And you can't have Archer look like a schmuck to Tyson because he's the champion, and then you're just going to bury your champion, like,
agreed,
where its reign even starts. You can't.
Agreed.
You can't do that. It makes no sense.
But,
you know what I mean?
But hey, if you're going to get anybody on the planet, which, by the way, do you want me to go over the thing that you wanted me to say for this podcast, specifically that Casey's never heard before, that I told you and Nikos?
You know what? I would say yes, but we're already low on time, and I don't want to get interrupted like halfway through the podcast.
I'll make it quick.
All right, yeah, be quick.
Okay, so when I was little Pooh Baby Mike, 15 years old, learning how to actually box, started when I was 6, went all the way to when I was 15. I had to stop because of injury, my leg specifically. Met Tyson, local boxing gym in Brockton. Learned under the Marciano gym specifically. Tyson came in. We sat in a circle in the ring, sat in a circle and listened to him. I was a moron as a child and decided to have my MP3 and my headphones in instead of listening to the baddest man on the planet.
Because you didn't know that was the baddest man on the planet.
Now, to be fair, from the side that I was sitting on, I could only see part of his face. And because of where I was, I didn't recognize who he was specifically because I wasn't paying attention. He then, after the, I guess you could call it powwow, walked up to me and said, "Take your headphones out." And I go, "Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck." He goes, "What was the last thing I said in the conversation before you guys got back to doing what you were doing?" I'm like, "I'm going to be honest. I had my headphones on the entire time. I'm not going to lie to you. I know how that goes, and I'm not going to lie to you." He goes, "You see that chest protector over there? Put that on." Now, chest protectors have about 2.5 to 3 inches of foam, so that way you don't take too much damage. Tyson didn't give a fuck and went straight through that and hit me right in the diaphragm, right in the solar plexus of my body, knocking all the wind in my lungs out in less than a quarter of a second.
Reaving on the floor, and you also had 2 broken ribs after it was all said and done. You were bedridden for 2 weeks.
3.
3 broken ribs.
3 broken ribs, and I couldn't compete for a month because I had to let them heal properly.
You were in bed, and you were bedbound for 2 weeks, from what you told me as well.
Yeah, bedbound for 2 weeks, but I couldn't do anything for about a month. It was something, and that's why I say AEW, you have Mike Tyson. Listen to every fucking word that comes out of that gentleman's mouth, or he will rock your shit.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Tyson's appearance. Speaking of potential,
I definitely intend to purchase this pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, they already sold me even before.
Same.
Now, speaking of people or potential debuts or returns,
May I?
what have you? Yes, go for it, because you are the Mr. Steve Lombardi mark.
First of all, it's Steve Borden.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, there's too many fucking Steves in wrestling, okay?
Too many Steves. Too many Steves. Is WWE Hall of Famer Sting AEW bound? This article is from Forbes.com and is written by Alfred Kanua. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that properly. Says below his name, I write about men in tights and the money they make for men in suits.
Pretty sus.
Fucking accurate.
At least he's
flex, but okay.
At least he's honest about it, man.
Dude, at least he's not the wrestling wardrobe the wrestling wardrobe designer. Well, here's a beer to you, wet wrestling wardrobe designer.
WWE Hall of Famer Sting may be the next high-profile former WWE superstar to jump ship to AEW. The living legend has landed in the center of AEW rumors after reports that the 61-year-old former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, 6 times to be precise, is no longer working with WWE. This comes after toy giant Mattel confirmed Sting's action figure was to... Excuse me, beer and milk, not a good combination. Confirmed Sting's action figure...
Beer and Arschgeschlagen.
Yeah. I never thought I'd ever hear that sentence come out of your mouth. And
Casey, you're getting some gluten in the hootin'? You know what I mean?
Oh, my ribs.
All of the gluten.
Looks like somebody decided to mix the hops with some milk. Ooh. Looks like somebody will be shitting milk next tomorrow days.
Tomorrow days.
Ich bin nein shitting.
Tomorrow days?
Yes, tomorrow days. It is today or tomorrow. It's tomorrow days.
Maybe not today. Maybe not today. But some day today.
Casey, for the love of God, please finish this article.
This comes after toy giant Mattel confirmed Sting's action figure was to be pulled due to circumstances out of its control. I'm going to be laughing about that the entire night.
You're welcome.
I'll fucking finish it then. Fuck, where is it?
The official statement read, due to circumstances out of our control, Sting needed to be removed from Legends Series 7. We'll look to include this figure in a future wave if he becomes available to us again. End quote. Right around the time Mattel nixed Sting's action figure, Stinger had an interesting exchange with AEW's Lance Archer and Cody. If there was, this comes from
Sammy and Lance Archer.
Sammy's phone, yes. At Lance Hoyt, if there was one person past or present in any promotion, who would you destroy? Fight. Lance says, always wanted to step in the ring with Sting. To which Sting says, just glad to see you getting a much-deserved shot in AEW. To which Lance replied, thank you much, man. And did this. To which Cody did...
When did we go... Wait. So Sammy tried to go kayfabe, and then Lance is just like, chill out, bro. I just want to fight. I just want to wrestle Sting. And then Sting's like, well, I'm glad you're getting a nice push there, buddy. It's like, hey, thanks, Sting. I really appreciate it. What?
Hey, listen.
And Cody goes,
Listen,
Lance Archer is humble.
I want you to put it like this, James. If you were booked today, you were told today, hey, so you're going to be going after Sting, and then all of a sudden you feel a baseball bat touch your shoulder, you go, haha, fuck that.
No, wait. No, I mean, no, that's not the point. James,
he gave him a metaphorical, if you want me.
I'm
But
available.
he didn't say that. They were just respectful.
No.
That's
It's respectful for
confusing.
now.
It's respectful for now. Oh yeah, well they're probably it makes no sense because I feel bad for Sammy. I feel like he was trying to stir the pot in kayfabe, and then they're just like, I'm just gonna go out of kayfabe.
Fuck it.
I feel bad for Sammy.
No, don't worry about Sammy. He's fine. But anyway,
Keep in mind,
Sammy's
it's
fine.
not
He's got
like-
YouTube.
He's probably thinking to
not
himself
Sammy,
like,
it's-
guys,
Seriously.
I know we don't need to. I
Sammy
know.
Guevara's cell phone.
Look, I know that we don't necessarily need to be in kayfabe 24/7, but come on, I'm giving you the money here, and you just kind of like,
hey, it's okay.
I mean,
Casey.
thing.
Casey, can you do us a favor?
And
Can you read the next article, because I believe we are all set with this thing bit here.
Actually, I will because it's my boy, and I want to read about my boy. Rey Mysterio has reportedly not signed a new WWE contract. Update on AEW move and more. Now, it does say that not only is Rey possibly not re-signing in October, his son Dominic might be gone as well. So both Mysterios could be gone here. So Rey Mysterio is concerned about his son's WWE future. So yeah, again, they're probably not signing a new deal from the sounds of this. But anyway, I'll continue reading. This is from Sportskeeda, I believe that's how it's pronounced, by Leonard Serrajo. I'm butchering that name, whatever.
It's
Like-
Skeeda. It's
No.
Sportskeeda.
The fucking guy's name.
Well, the article, the website's Sportskeeda.
Yeah, Sportskeeda. There you go. Yeah, that's fair enough. Anyway, Rey Mysterio's WWE status is one of the biggest talking points in the pro wrestling community. Dave Meltzer provided at the all the latest updates on Rey Mysterio's current situation in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter. As of last week, Mysterio had reportedly still not signed a new WWE contract. His current one is coming to an end soon, and while Meltzer didn't expect him to leave, there is no confirmation on whether or not Mysterio will extend his stay in the company. One of the key aspects, as noted by Meltzer, is Rey Mysterio's concern about his son Dominic's future. The idea is that Rey Mysterio does not want to upset WWE officials as it could negatively affect his son's WWE career. WWE, at this moment, is reportedly not handling our monetary raises, is not handing out monetary raises, and that could possibly influence its contract negotiations with Mysterio. The master of the 619 is on a lucrative deal because WWE shelled out a lot of money to lure him back, as they very badly didn't want him working with New Japan Pro Wrestling in the past, or what this article doesn't point out, AEW.
Yes.
Rey Mysterio signed an 18-month contract at the end of 2018 before AEW came into existence, with the idea that now would have been the perfect time to be a free agent. That, however, has turned out to be the exact opposite, as the COVID-19 pandemic has forced WWE to make many unforeseen financial cuts. Will WWE be interested in signing Rey Mysterio?
No.
Well, hold on. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Meltzer stated that AEW may still be interested in signing Rey Mysterio as he was featured in the main event for All In 2018. WWE had tried to stop Rey Mysterio from appearing at All In, but the Hispanic superstar told the company he couldn't back out after committing to working a show organized by Cody and the Young Bucks. So, in other words, he's not going to go back on his word.
Because he made a promise and he said, fuck it.
By the way, that's why he has been buried ever since. Just want to point that out.
Listen, and by the way, really quick thing. If somebody says WWE isn't, what would you say, villainous when it comes to their tendencies with their athletes?
Yeah.
They act like fucking villains.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
They are villains.
It's specifically because of shit like this, for the fact of, oh, you're friends with this person, right? Yeah? Prepare to get fucking buried for the next year.
Yeah, exactly. Dave Meltzer speculated that the economics for AEW have changed, as well as giving the testing circumstances, but that does not mean Tony Khan and co. won't offer Rey Mysterio big money if they wish to get him on board. However, the lack of live gates and dependence on TV money would make it difficult for AEW to offer Rey Mysterio a 7-figure sum. Meltzer ended by noting that the Seth Rollins angle on the most recent episode of Raw could either lead to Rey Mysterio returning to work a program with the Monday Night Messiah, or it could be WWE's way of following the Matt Hardy playbook to write Mysterio off TV.
Yep.
Which, honestly, after what they tried to do with Matt Hardy, that they unsuccessfully did, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep, of course. So, Ray, go to AEW. You'll have a better career.
You'll have a better end to your career.
Well, you'll just have a better all-around career ending to begin with. You'll have a better moment. You'll have more iconic moments with AEW teaming up with, and I hope they decide to do the match because I think it'd be awesome. Rey Mysterio versus Rey Fenix.
Yes. I agree.
Fuck it, why not?
Or him.
Versus my boy Pentagon Jr.
Or maybe the Lucha Bros go face and the Death Triangle no longer under Pac's control, and it's under Rey's control, because that'd be fucking cool.
What if you got rid of Pac and put Mysterio?
That's what I'm saying. Do it.
Exactly. Dude, does that mean that one night they all have to dress like Mortal Kombat ninjas?
Yes. All the time.
Because
okay.
Pentagon Jr. is straight up a Mortal Kombat ninja. Fucking at me.
He's straight up Noob Saibot.
Exactly.
I'm going to read this next one. This is a picture from NoDQ.com. It was on their Instagram page, so I'll just link the picture. I'll post it on my Twitter, and I'll tag NoDQ. With that being said, by the way, thank you, NoDQ, for retweeting our podcast Extra 2, by the way.
Speaking of which, of that podcast Extra 2, you should totally watch Indy Force. We did a thing, video games.
We did the thing. Do the thing.
Do the thing. Click the thing.
Watch the thing.
Description.
It's good shit.
Are you having a fucking stroke?
Yeah,
Yes.
Are you having a seizure, dude? Damn.
Anyway.
You're being a cunt.
Like a bicycle made out of shit. Continue.
Anyway, the Revolt, formerly the Revival. I found this on the Facebook thing, by the way, because it would have been.
You could have just
Formerly
said
the Revival.
you found it on Facebook.
It's no longer the Revolt. Formerly now the Revolt and the Revival appeared on Chris Jericho's podcast and discussed why they were unhappy with WWE.
The Revolt.
Cash Wheeler or Dash Wilder. Things were going decent for us. They were going well, all things considered, but we were not happy. The tag titles don't mean anything. I would rather lose to the tag champs for the rest of my career than hold them, because it's just going to be seen as a failed championship run. Like every single championship in that absolute pissant of a fucking company. Dax Harwood or Scott Dawson. This is one of our biggest factors leaving WWE. What the tag team wrestling, sometimes I wish they just at least paraphrase quotes sometimes, because it's so
just
hard
paraphrase the quote. They're
was that
thinking
tag
of going
team
to
wrestling
AEW.
was featured? Was that tag team wrestling was featured everywhere else except for WWE, and we wanted to be a part of that. We couldn't sit back and, apart from our NXT stuff, we could have no legacy in wrestling, or we could go out and make history. Wheeler also commented that Braun Strowman winning the tag team titles with a 10-year-old Nikos at WrestleMania 34 being a factor.
Wait a minute. But Kenny Omega wrestling with an 8-year-old little girl is dumb.
Mm-hmm. At least he made it believable. Anyway, I digress. You know what? Let's move on. Good for AEW for all these potential things that could happen to them in the future on top of the thing that is happening with Mike Tyson.
Are you saying that they're making plans for the future, James?
Yeah.
Good for them. Let's get on to...
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh,
a wrestling company actually, making a plan, Stanford?
But wait, James. What about not making a plan and stealing money?
Boy.
It's funny you mentioned that.
It's almost like I'm looking at the chat right now.
Oh, no. You know what, Mike? Since you have the chat open, please read what has happened to the DiBiase posse, if you will.
Oh, yeah. So, Ted DiBiase decided to start stealing money.
Oh, no.
They're in famous trouble.
He's got the glasses on, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. You see, these guys decided to start stealing fat cash from individuals that need it, my dude. You understand?
Randy, allegedly.
Yeah, my ass, it's allegedly.
Anyway, continue.
So, okay. The
Dirt Sheet
DiBiase...
Radio, by the way, this is from Dirt Sheet Radio on their Facebook page. Shout out to them.
Yes, so the DiBiase family is in some serious fucking trouble right now. And why is that? Well, because they've been, kinda, sorta, what do you say?
Living the gimmick a little bit too much?
So $94 million might just kind of be missing, and we don't know where that went. And,
I love how he just words it.
94 million.
We don't know where it went.
Yeah,
actually, no, it's not 94. The
total,
company, if you count the welfare grants, was 98 million.
Yeah, so $98 million. It went somewhere, and then it just kind of disappeared.
You want me to read it, or do you want to read it?
How do you lose track of $98 million?
Listen. No, James, shut up. Listen, let me put it like this, okay, Case? The accountant did a fuck on me.
He drank beer.
No, you don't. No. You don't get the joke. Cody told the story on Being the Elite when they were still in Japan, and how he was in a tag match with Ted when he was going through the I'm ugly phase because he had the mask, and so Ted apparently botched a pin, and then the referee counted it anyway, and then he just walks into the back of the huff, and he's just like, I want to see that referee. Mike Chioda pulled a fuck on me.
You know it's bad if you're the wrestler who makes Vince McMahon go, what the fuck?
Just puts his headphones on and just sits back in
the gorilla position, because that's... How do you comment that? So, relatively, we'll go into it. Ted DiBiase with his son Junior and his son Brett have been doing some very questionable spending over the past for a while now. They run a church, I believe, out in Mississippi.
Yep.
And the Mississippi Department of Human Services,
as well as the Mississippi Community Education Center,
and also the FRC, which is the Family Resource Center
of Mississippi.
Yeah, decided to ask some questions of. Oh, hold on. Let me just let me grab my book here. I gotta grab the Ted DiBiase book here. It'll just take a second.
Hold on. I'll ask the question.
Where the fuck did all that money go, cunt?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
no.
So somehow, 94 million, which if you don't know how much that is, that's a lot of money. That's
It's
94 million items at your local fucking Dollar Tree.
It's literally being called, and apparently Brett DiBiase's the main culprit here. So I don't know if it's actually Ted or Brett, and they just dragged the other two in. But they're calling it
Brett did
the
a fuck
largest
on me.
case. Brett did a fuck on me. They're calling it.
I guarantee you that's what they're
case.
going to say at the trial.
I'm quoting this from Dirt Sheet Radio. The largest case of embezzlement in the history of the state of Mississippi.
That's a lot. So, really quick.
Well, here's the only thing I have to say. Were you expecting anything less from Clan Moorbucks?
Let me put it like this.
He's $1 million man. Hello.
Let me put it like this. So Ted DiBiase Sr., his church, which is the Heart of David, the ministry specifically, received $21 million as a religious nonprofit.
No, it's not the Heart of David anymore. Apparently, it's the Bucks of Ted now.
No, it's the heart of capitalism. Speaking of capitalism, I taught you well, Ted.
No, it's Brett. It's Brett. Apparently, it might be
Brett. I taught that
the other
family well. So Brett was hired, a part of them, as a administrator at the Department of Human Services in Mississippi. And somehow, which nobody knows, fucking, who would have guessed the paper trail left by the $1 million man? $94 million just disappeared.
It couldn't be verified. It couldn't be confirmed as lawfully spent.
Okay.
They say there was unreasonable travel cost. There was stuff that they were going to use that money for that was not performed, I assume, due to the COVID crisis.
Let me put it like this. If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase and his family have become televangelists.
You're not wrong.
They are stealing your fucking money.
As far as we know, yes.
If you are living in Mississippi, and our heart goes out to you if you happen to have given funds to that ministry, and nothing has happened with that money, do yourself a favor. Break into his house and steal the $1 million title.
Yes.
Then out of nowhere, you have your friends tie him down to a table, put on your sunglasses, and elbow drop the motherfucker from the second floor.
Oh no.
And on your way down,
into an angle, man.
A Kurt angle.
Shut up.
Shut
up, dude.
I have too many of these. So anyway.
Stop it.
Brett, Ted, Sr. and Jr. Why? Yeah. Why did you have to look?
No, you're not even getting to the second part of this. There's a second picture.
I know there's a second picture. And
right. It has been reported that Ted DiBiase Sr.'s Heart of David Ministries received $2.1 million. That was reportedly by the religious nonprofit as being used for general church speaking arrangements, religious conferences, school assemblies, and wrestling events. How do those four correlate? How are they all together? Anyway, that money was given after Brett was hired as the deputy administrator of the Mississippi Department of Human Services. Well, we know who's at the blame.
Me and the boys talk wrestling. Me and the boys talk about religious non-profits stealing fucking money from regular people.
Yeah. By the way, Clarence doesn't want to be on the show, yet she sure likes interrupting the show.
Hey, she had a question. We have the right to answer it.
Okay, it's fine, but if you're gonna quit,
just that's what we're talking about.
But you can mute it.
Anyway, to that whole family, hold
on. It wasn't Ted. Here's what happened. I think Brett fucking dragged them through the mud here. And didn't tell them where the money came from.
He probably did.
My dad did a fuck on me. My son did a fuck on me.
My little brother did a fuck on me. Oh, man. Brett's kind of a scumbag, you know.
Hey, you know
Jesus.
what? Welcome to the Asshole Hall of Fame, Brett.
Yeah. Yeah,
the
reading
first
that
Brett
now.
to ever be put into the Asshole Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so it wasn't actually Ted. I don't think it was either Ted. I think they just got dragged through the mud because Brett was irresponsible with the funds.
Congratulations, Brett. You took your father's career and put it in jeopardy.
You can't even put him in an asshole. He was just an idiot. He's just...
You mean he's stealing people's fucking money?
No, he is. He is, but he's also an idiot.
No, that's an asshole, James. It's completely different. An idiot
Is he
would
an
be like,
asshole? I don't even know.
let me put it like this. Ready?
Can
Let me
it
put
be
it like
both?
this. Hold on.
Can he be a
We're
part of the idiot wing in the
No,
asshole?
we're putting the
Make a
fucking
wing of
we're putting
idiot
the T.
assholes.
James, I hitting the T, okay? The timeout button. The time.
Did you forget the letter T does not exist in James's alphabet?
His fucking last name has a T in it.
Yeah.
So that ruins that whole gimmick.
No, James J-Hebert now apparently.
He's James J-Hebert. Who would have guessed?
James J-Hebert.
James J-Hebert. It's cold outside.
I can still have the T. You know what? Okay, continue, Mike.
Anyway, the reason why he will go into the Asshole Hall of Fame is the fact that he was hiding funds.
Right.
These are let me put it like this: the people that are giving them money are people that believe in the cause, that believe in the religious cause that they happen to have placed upon them. Now, whether Ted Jr. and Sr. knew about it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's the fact that they've never checked the books.
Right.
You're telling me throughout that entire time they never checked the books on what was going into the church and what was going out of the church.
All right, so according to this report, it was said to be religious nonprofit, so it could have been labeled as such, and then they just didn't know about it.
No, James. Let me tell you like this. Every single church, a part of any religion that has to deal with religious nonprofit funds, has to make a book on where the money came from, how much money they made, and how much that they believe they're going to be making in that quarter. A church is a business that cannot be taxed, which is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Do you know how much money these religious fucking organizations make that they don't get taxed for the fact that we believe in God? Well, I believe in God too. Look, his light is shining upon me. Fuck you.
Anyway, to end this off, I think this meme will actually work for the DiBiase family because I just randomly found it in the messenger. There you go. There's the religious funds right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Enjoy that little meme. We'll be right back. If you're liking this podcast right now, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below what you think about this ridiculous episode full of ups and downs already in the first hour here. And with that being said, we will be right back. We will be returning. Do not go anywhere. Here's a commercial break.
Except to bed.
Yeah. Jesus.
Good one.
But then he ended up joining WCW and the Alliance. Because when people think WCW, they think of the guy that basically helped WWF win the war, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Eric Bischoff, Uncle Bischoff, doesn't like his nephew Eugene. And we got Coach in Ohio, sporting Michigan-colored you, fucker. That pissed me off.
Don't even get me started on Tony Storm crying. Oh, she cried. And the glass shatters. He opens the door. And off we go. All ensues. They go all the way towards the Dipping Dots section where Cody dumps his Jericho's head in the Dipping Dots.
That was my favorite part.
Next was Best Friends getting interviewed. And
somewhere Jim Cornette had a conniption fit. I got a ticket! I got a ticket!
Get out of here!
You don't mess
Get
with
out of here!
I have a ticket!
And literally, security and the police escort the Nightmare family off the premises.
MJF says, How you looking now, midlife, Chris?
Do to get by, cause I keep ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
All metal mayhem. Calling Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
And I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title, best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title, the outsider, Mark Young. The executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
And we're back. Well, kinda.
Sort of. Like
Nikos, where are
Nikos?
you? How you doing? Because we can hear you. They just can't see you.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Some good Alberto deported food.
Oh, no.
That joke is so good.
So stupid.
I'm so glad we talked about it before the actual fucking thing. The skit work, boys?
Wait, what are you actually eating again? Because I don't think the audience actually knows.
I'm eating a taco.
Ah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
With his AirPods in, because he's a special boy.
Yeah,
He's not a special boy. He's a badass.
I'm drinking my
wouldn't that be
deported food and drinking my orange juice.
Oh, so you definitely did get the Alberto Del Rio special. You got oranges from the side of the road and Mexican food.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
We get it. Alberto's an asshole. That doesn't mean we have to fucking diss on Mexico.
We have to diss on everything Mexico. That flag, why? Why is there a snake fighting an eagle, and what does it mean?
Oh my god, they want to take over our country.
With snakes and eagles.
No, they want to have the snake attack the eagle.
No, the eagle attacks
dude,
the
I
snake
just broke
coming.
the code. Dude, cue the freaking
X-Files theme.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get into the next bit here. So New Japan has to cancel their Super Juniors tour, and ICW
Not a surprise.
and ICW is joining Power Slam TV, which is pretty sick.
I said, I am at least happy that New Japan's not going to go out of business because they are with the Japanese government.
Yep.
But I am
so you're
sad
not going
that
to be.
I will
seeing...
not be seeing my flippity doodah cruiserweights. I'm very sad.
But hey, at least ICW is getting some love finally, and they're joining a network for Insane Championship Wrestling. If nobody knows, that's where Drew McIntyre kind of got better when it comes to his gimmick.
Yeah,
and they are run by Matt Dallas and come out of Glasgow, Scotland.
Yep.
Some of the previous champions you may know because some of them have worked either in TNA Impact / WWE. Specifically, our boy Drew McIntyre, and of course, Life is a Mystery.
Mr. Garrido. Also, Pete Dunne was there. Mustache Mountain was there.
Yep.
I believe Jimmy Havoc had a stint there. There's a lot of current WWE Impact and AEW stars that have all kind of gone there at one point or another, for sure.
And Mick Foley was the commissioner.
Talent. I think some Ring of Honor talent went there as well at some point.
On top of the fact that Mick Foley was the commissioner in ICW, so that was pretty cool too.
By far, their best storyline was the whole Mick Foley, Drew McIntyre, Grado story.
Oh, it's great.
Like the pop, I've never heard a pop like that in my life.
The ultimate underdog versus the most talented heel in wrestling today.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, one of the,
because then you're discrediting MJF because he's more because Drew can go both. Like MJF is heel, always will be heel.
Because
really
that's how
quick
he's
for the
best.
people. So for the people that want to subscribe to it, there is a coupon code that you can use, which is Wrestle Inc. So you can subscribe to the Power Slam television application.
Yes. In fact, I believe they have that on here as well.
Yep.
And yeah, sadly, no Super Juniors, and I'm very sad.
However, Wrestle Dynasty is coming to Madison Square Garden. Jesus Christ, I gotta get rid of that Boston accent now. Madison Square Garden, August 22nd.
Kid.
Let me tell you something, you motherfucker, you, okay? You don't you dare come on here eating your Mexican food. I don't even give a shit.
You need to calm down. You need to calm down. You want some coffee? I'll get you some coffee. Who wants coffee?
What
Tell me I got orange juice.
What the fuck did I sign up for? I'm going back to New York.
Fuck off, Mark.
Can Casey? You know what's upsetting? You know what's upsetting now that I'm thinking about it? Casey is his own Mark for himself, and his name as the character is Mark. So Casey is a Mark for a character named Mark on a show. Oh, hi, Nikos. Thank you for trying to creep in. Where's my taco, you bitch?
Hi, Mark.
It's more degraded into a naco.
So,
wow, I haven't heard that one in a while.
But yeah,
taking me back to 2003, man.
Good shit,
I'm
my
very
dude.
sad about this, but yeah, I'm hoping to kind of go on top of the whole ICW and New Japan news. NWA will also not be doing any more actual television. I think they're doing a documentary series called Superpower. And they're doing interviews with wrestlers as well.
And they should. This is the smartest thing. NWA is primarily a YouTube show to begin with, and it's smarter to not, because they don't have the funding that AEW has for obvious reasons. Yeah. So it's way
or
smarter.
Ring of Honor, or New Japan, or even ICW for that.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I have to put this out there, and James, I'll send you the GIF to put over this later.
You mean GIF?
You said GIF.
I heard GIF.
Yeah. I heard GIF too.
I heard GIF, but maybe you I don't know. Maybe we have the retarded section of the chat.
Well,
I'm just kidding, boys. I'm just kidding, boys.
In my defense, the words I said were, "I'll send you the GIF to put over this later."
Fair. So, anyway,
WWE is doing smaller and smaller shows. A Southern-based wrestling promotion is on the rise. And the NWA is actually broadcasting again.
2020.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I said the same thing when NWA was back to prominence in 2019.
So,
I'm happy, you know.
To our boys at NWA Power, we give you the salute.
We give ICW the salute, and we give New Japan the salute because, hey, at least they're not out of business because they are working for the Japanese government. Salute to y'all. Indie wrestling, everybody. Indie wrestling. Speaking of wrestling,
stuff.
Oh boy, so talk about a week for fucking Becky Lynch. So okay. So in probably the most realist.
Let's start from
WWE.
Hold on. Start from.
I'm starting from the beginning. I'm starting from the beginning.
And then make your way over to what we know.
Up now. So Becky, so we originally had one story about Becky Lynch. We now have three. So Becky Lynch, in probably the most realist segment in WWE, and I don't even know fucking how long, announced her pregnancy live on Raw, and relinquishment of the Raw Women's Championship, which means the way they did the new champion is so questionable. It's not even funny, but that's a rant for another day. But the Money in the Bank match was to crown a new women's champion, and that was the secret in the briefcase, which means Asuka is now your new Raw Women's Champion, which means I believe she is the second to win to be a Grand Slam champion, I believe, in WWE.
Woohoo!
Women-wise, anyway.
But she didn't win it. But she didn't beat anybody for it. She was just kind of given the title.
Well, she beat people for the briefcase and then was given the title.
I know, but it's more the fact that it's not a real victory. It's just here's the title.
Like
no, you know what? It's not a real victory because the match was shit. but
Exactly.
that's not their fault. Anyway, that's beside the point. It was about Becky, not the fucking shit match. Which, by the way, Casey, did I not say those fucking matches were gonna get over fucking blown?
Yeah.
If you're telling me that Money in the Bank match was fucking good, like it wasn't. That was. So
I have an
happy.
idea. Wait, James, I have an idea. Let's go fight on the roof of the Stanford building.
Dude, you know, they
why
had
are you so dumb?
They had an opportunity to do Die Hard in wrestling. They turned it into fucking, Weekend at Bob's or some shit.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's. That's what they turned it into. It's so dumb. Anyway, so, Becky Lynch revealed her pregnancy. She was going through a wave of emotions. First off, she had to retire. She pretty much had to just stop on top. She felt fucking terrible for that, and you could tell. Then afterwards, she was obviously elated because she announced her pregnancy. She gave Asuka the Raw Women's Championship, and I swear I may have seen the funniest championship celebration, and I don't even think it was intended to be that, where Asuka... So this is the order of events. She gets the belt. She's received the championship by Becky Lynch because she unlocks the briefcase. It has the title inside. She's like, I'm the champ! I'm the champ! She's all excited. She's happy while Becky's in a pool of tears. So it's just funny because she goes to the commentator and she's like bragging how much she's the champ and whatever, and she beat all these women to be the champ, all this shit. She's like having the funniest celebration. And then she calms down and she's like, okay. And she's like, yeah, congratulations, you earned it. You go and be a warrior. You go and be a warrior, because I'm gonna
go and be a mother.
And
Asuka
she had another celebration. And she's like,
Now to be fair, I do believe Asuka and Becky are tight in real life, so.
Yeah, so she starts a Becky chant.
In an empty arena!
It's hilarious. It's wholesome.
In an arena, they're on the
roof! That would have been...
That would have been hilarious.
So
Asuka
funny.
literally screaming from the rooftops.
Meanwhile, someone from below, just fucking jump.
No, do a flip. Hell no. That's morbid, man. She's got
I
kids.
guarantee you somebody would have done it though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. But no. So Becky Lynch, she announced her pregnancy. Congratulations to Becky, obviously. I'm sure she's devastated she had to relinquish the belt on top. But hey, you know what? She's got kids. It's coming. It's gonna be fine. Now, whatever you do, and I know this is gonna be a low joke, but just don't introduce the kid to Twitter. This is just all I'm saying. We all know who the father is. We all know who the father is here.
Yeah.
And another funny thing that I want to point out. So in this whole thing, it was probably the realest moment of WWE. And it was also the funniest. And it wasn't even intended, just because of the sheer adulation of Asuka for both winning the belt and hearing Becky was pregnant.
Yep.
And the reason why it was so funny is because one was so clearly fake. And it was winning the belt. Because who gives a rat's ass about that?
Money in the Bank sucked. It was
useless fucking trinket. And then you look at her genuine reaction to her friend that she's known for fucking years. Announce her pregnancy live that she had no idea about until then. And it's just night and day. And they're both hilarious. And then another funny
just for the sheer fact that they're by themselves besides the commentators and cameramen in the NXT stage.
Yes.
It's such an emotional moment. Please, somebody say something. The one guy from the back of the audience goes,
yeah.
Tits or get the fuck out.
Thank God there's not an audience, because that probably would have happened, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
But funniest moment, I believe, was an account. I don't even have it up there, but an account named WWE Creative-ish tweeted, "We just hope that we congratulate Becky Lynch on her pregnancy. We hope that Becky actually has a set of twins, so that way we can start making a shirt called Becky Two Kids." Which I was like, that's funny. That's a funny tweet. And I figured we round out that wholesome moment. Congratulations to Becky Lynch.
Oh my God, this
you
would be
did
torture.
it, girlie. You did it.
Honey, this would be
doing
torture.
things. And this is going to move in to the out of the wrestling portion, and we're still on Becky Lynch, but she's reportedly appearing in a Marvel movie. Hopefully it's not Jacksepticeye when he voiced at that new Sonic character.
You mean
Okay, but that's
Lucky the Irish? I'll tell you exactly who she's going to be. Her red hair, everything else. She's going to be Namor's wife.
Wait, that would mean they have to do Namor.
Anyway, listen.
That or they're going to make her Jean Grey, which is like a Scottish-speaking Jean Grey.
If you would like to, you could read this article.
Who?
The Becky Lynch Marvel article.
So, this was found on the direct beta, written by John Ross Bradford on May 2nd. WWE star Becky Lynch reportedly appearing in an upcoming Marvel film. Over the last decade, Marvel Studios has put together quite the assortment of big Hollywood names for their films, from just about every category of cinema they can think of. Kicking off the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the 2008's Iron Man put the MCU on the map almost immediately, with the likes of Robert Downey Jr. and Jeff Bridges leading the way. Later on, Marvel Studios would branch out and begin recruiting the biggest names from different arenas of cinema, such as Mark Ruffalo from an Indy background and Chris Pratt for his ability to juggle comedy and tragedy. Since then, Marvel Studios has created more than just a name for themselves, becoming the most successful superhero franchise in history and producing the highest grossing film to date. Because of this, a role in a Marvel Studios film is nothing short of coveted to a majority of Hollywood actors, and now it looks as though Marvel Studios is taking another look at an industry that they've only pulled from once before. So, recently...
That's not true.
Really?
That's not true. Not at all. That's absolutely not true.
It was only once. It was Batista, dude.
Wrong.
Who?
Triple H.
No, you're also wrong. Bonesaw's ready.
Oh, yeah, they forget. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but
that's not MCU. Actually.
It's a Marvel Cinematic movie. May not be in this Marvel Cinematic Universe, but go fuck yourself. It's a Marvel movie.
I can't argue. To be honest, now
it's Bonesaw McGraw, dude. He's fucking Batista's cool, but it's Macho Man Randy Savage.
You know what? I can't even give a shit for that. Macho Man Randy Savage was my favorite thing about that one particular episode of Monkey the Superhero on Dexter's Lab.
True.
How about the time where he fucking shows up in Space Ghost Coast to Coast? You see, when I was running the galaxy, I was the one that was putting punks in headlocks, and you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Macho?
Doesn't he play Space Ghost's dad?
He plays Grandpa Space Ghost.
Continue.
The more you know. Recently, the Twitter account for Billions on Showtime announced that the current WWE Women's Raw champion Becky Lynch, not anymore, will be joining the show for its season premiere. A recent update from MCU Cosmic is reporting that Chris Tapley, the host of Netflix's The Call Sheet, quote-tweeted said tweet and pointed out that the 33-year-old wrestler is surely catching the attention of Hollywood. More prominently, though, Tapley also slips in that Lynch will be making an appearance in an upcoming Marvel film.
Wait, it's not been made. Wait a minute, we can't continue this.
What do you mean?
Because that's off now.
What do you mean?
It's off the table. She's pregnant.
So?
They're not gonna. Dude, do you know how many stunts they're probably gonna have to do?
Okay, so here are the people that she could be playing. Number 1, Rogue. I'm fine with it if you want to go something different. Number 2, She-Hulk. Number 3, I think this will work perfectly, and I think Casey would agree with me, Mystique.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Number 4, Firestar, because she doesn't have a movie at all, and she's teamed up with the Avengers and the X-Men. Thundera. Titana. And that's about it.
Anyway, continue, Nikos.
Becky Lynch, a.k.a. The Man, is easily one of the biggest forces to be reckoned with in the current WWE arena. At WrestleMania 35, and what was the first time women headlined a WrestleMania event, Lynch won both the Raw Women's Championship and SmackDown Women's Championship, making her a double champion and the only woman to ever hold both titles simultaneously. She is now 4-time Women's Champion in WWE, or not anymore.
Can you go back a couple sentences, good sir?
No, what do you mean not anymore? Her recent reign doesn't just be invalidated.
It's invalid. No, can you go back to a key word?
Making her a double champion and the only woman to ever hold both titles simultaneously. She is now a 4-time women's champion in WWE.
Specifically, I was looking for the word brutal force.
Ah, yes. One of the biggest forces to be reckoned with in the current WWE arena. Okay.
Pause.
All right.
What character is that? One of the biggest forces to be reckoned with. She's She-Hulk. She's She-Hulk.
Does that make any sense, though? I don't think so.
Why not?
Yes!
Dude, She-Hulk's a redhead.
Well, no shit, but I'm talking about she would have to, like... Okay, I can see it makes sense if she doesn't have,
the accent?
Yeah, because then...
That's why you get a coach.
Okay, fair
yeah,
enough.
And she wouldn't be doing stunts at all because she would be...
As long as she doesn't adopt the Seth Rollins evil laugh, I'm fine with it, whatever.
She can't because She-Hulk is a heroine.
True.
And she wouldn't have to worry about stunts because it's She-Hulk. She would be voicing a CGI character primarily.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, actually. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, she'll be She-Hulk.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Nikos, if you can continue.
Although little information was provided as to what Marvel film Lynch could be appearing in, no duh, you just basically kind of told it in between the lines. But anyway, there are plenty of possibilities from where she might pop up. As MCU's Cosmic Jeremy Conrad noted, she could show up as soon as November 2020 when Black Widow finally hits theaters, or she could also appear in 2021's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, quote-unquote, due to the rumors of a fighting tournament playing a part in the plot. Becky could show up as one of the competitors there.
Yeah.
It is also possible that the Marvel film that Lynch will appear in will not be an MCU film at all, as Sony's Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Morbius are both slated for 2021 release dates as well. Granted, this role that Lynch will have in the upcoming undisclosed Marvel film could be nothing more than a brief cameo. However, the one time that Marvel Studios decided to look to the world of WWE for an actor, they went big, and the decision created one of the MCU's most beloved Guardians of the Galaxy in the forms of Drax the Destroyer, played by former WWE star Dave Bautista, who just made his second return to WWE in April 2019 at WrestleMania 35 before retiring from the sport for good. Is there anything you want to say, Mike?
Just take a look at the image that I put in the chat.
That could work.
Yeah, honestly, pop the image up right here in the video, James. She would be perfect as She-Hulk.
Well, that will be easy.
Fun fact: she's not. Fun fact: if she was ever to become She-Hulk, she's not the first actress to play She-Hulk.
No, she wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
But
to finish off, Batista still holds the record for the longest reign as World Heavyweight Champion at 282 days, and has also won the World Tag Team Championship 3 times, twice with Ric Flair and once with John Cena, and the WWE Tag Team Champions once with Rey Mysterio. In light of all these accomplishments, people still tend to know Batista better these days as the MCU's Invisible Man.
Yeah, I wonder
so to see
why.
that Lynch is becoming just as much a WWE powerhouse as Batista once was is a good sign for what she could do for Marvel films.
Yeah, I think she should be She-Hulk, because then she's voice acting a CGI character and not having to do much. As Mike pointed out, she's kind of pregnant because you can't really have her in any other role. You better hope it wasn't any other role, or otherwise this is completely invalid and off the table. Because there's no way that, I don't care who you are, MCU and the people that run that branch of Marvel and Disney are not going to put that at risk of her, doing stunts.
Plus, She-Hulk's a good story. She was She-Hulk has a very good story. If you guys don't mind, it will take me about like a minute.
Yeah, go.
Lawyer by day, superhero as well. Is constantly the big foreboding She-Hulk, and it was given the blood of Bruce Banner, which was her cousin. So you're able to tie it. You're able to do more stuff with it, and people are going to sit there and be like, well, why didn't she become the Hulk during the whole thing with Endgame? Because she's a lawyer.
Right.
Give her powers later. The Hulk is still in the MCU. It can be placed after Endgame. That way you're able to do more stuff, and you could make her a part of the new Avengers. Which she was a part of. By the way, fun fact, in the comics, she has a relationship with an X-Men character. Whose name is...
Does she also have a relationship with Spider-Man?
She did not have a what?
A relationship with Spider-Man.
X-Men, dummy.
Yeah.
No, she had a relationship with Juggernaut.
Ah.
Yeah, the biggest fucking dude in the room most of the time. And the only other character who has gone one-on-one, blow-to-blow with the Incredible Hulk and lost because he was thrown into a river. Because the Hulk was able to take his momentum, his non-stop momentum, and was able to shift it into a river, which is fucking one of the best comics because it's World War Hulk. So anyway, Becky, I hope you decide to go for it. I really hope that they give you the role for She-Hulk. I think it would be a match made in heaven for the fact that you'll be able to do the stuff that you have to do. You'll be able to physically do acting stuff by trying to figure out her powers thing. How strong is she? And I love in the comics as well, She-Hulk is kind of a klutz, which is even funnier. Like, she's kind of a klutz of a human being. Like, she'll she'll try to stop like a supervillain from getting hit by a car, and she'll pick up the car and throw it behind her, dust her hands off, and then the fucking car lands on him right behind her and explodes, and she goes, "Oh shit!"
It's true. That is a Becky role, I guarantee.
Oh, it'd be fun.
No, it would work. It would absolutely
do
work.
It would be a waste of energy not to do it.
Yeah,
she would be perfect in the role. She wouldn't have to change too much. She would just have to try to figure out how to get rid of her brogue and figure out how to speak more with a average American white girl voice, but without the annoyance.
I'm sure that will be told over
That's
time.
That's not that hard. That's what an acting coach is for, to figure out how to speak specifically.
A dialect coach, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's move on to the next topic.
Shit.
Boy.
So, okay, before we get into this, I decided to do a quick little purchase. I bought myself the Path of the Jedi book, licensed by Disney. It's not bad. It's a good read. It goes over a couple of the simplistic things. Has, I can actually show the page.
Yep.
It has
that is awesome.
It has handwritten messages from all the characters that would happen. It's a lineage book. Speaking of lineage, one of the people that are in this is Obiwan Kenobi. We're talking about the death battle, folks, and oh god, they missed the mark. Just a little bit. And
a little bit. A little bit.
We have our own point of views. So why don't we go from somebody who has seen the fight without the blinders? Who would like to go first? Who would like to go first amongst us?
All right, so by blinders, what do you mean?
Won't be me because I still haven't watched this piece of shit.
Take what you know about these characters and throw it out the window.
Throw it the fuck out.
Go straight off of what you've seen and how they act.
Okay. So what I've seen if I didn't know what the characters were, even as just in a casual sense, it was a well-produced fight. I will not take that away from them. They're still probably one of the better animation, shows out there on YouTube.
When one half of your fucking thing is made by Rooster Teeth.
Yeah,
it's kind of because they made fucking Ruby, which is incredible,
and Red versus Blue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about specifically
incredible.
I'm saying specifically animation-based case. Primarily, almost everything in Ruby is animated. Every single thing that you see is animated. Wherein Red versus Blue is a lot of let's use Combat Evolved, and we're just gonna have to kind of just put their guns down and their heads up and just have conversations like that.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, continue.
So I was watching it, and if I was to watch it again by just turning my mind off from what the characters are, it was a good fight.
It's a good fight. It's not bad.
It's a good fight if you turn your brain off.
Yes.
Do you see the problem with that sentence?
Now, hold on. These fights are primarily made for entertainment more than anything else. So that has to be said. Sure. However, my main complaint, personally, for fuck's sake, a uber Star Wars nerd.
Right.
On top of the fact that I have my fucking Jedi robes with me, or my Sith robes, depending on what I feel like during that afternoon. The problem comes in where the whole fight's a meme. The whole fucking fight is a meme from start to finish.
That's all it is, and that's the problem here.
It's a meme made for May 4th, which everyone on the internet regards as May the 4th be with.
Well, it's because, actually, to be honest, it is called May the 4th be with you because that's when the first Star Wars movie was released.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, when the first Star Wars movie was released, it was on May 4th, so the tradition came out as May the 4th be with you, and when Revenge of the Sith came out, which case I believe was May 5th, correct?
May 19th.
It was May 19th. Oh, See No Evil must have came out too. May 19th.
Kane must be pissed, I guess.
And the 5th became Revenge of the 5th for the simple fact that Revenge of the Sith. Even though the original title is Revenge of the Jedi, that's a Return of the Jedi thing. Don't worry about that. As a fight, it's very good. The problem is that James and I both agreed with this. They are so fucking powered down, it's not even funny.
Both of them, by the way. It's not just Obi-Wan, it's also Kakashi. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but they nerfed both of them. And the stupidest part is, they didn't even include all the advantages that one would have over the other. I remember watching the actual thing, and they didn't even list it. It's almost like they just went on Wikipedia, looked up everything, and just said, we gotta put this together because, May the 4th is coming up. Come on, go, Screw Attack, go. It was clearly rushed. It was clearly not thought out, so they're like, let's just nerf it and get it over with.
Now, here's the whole thing. From a start, so James, you were more the Naruto fan growing up than me, even though I've seen
kinda.
Between the person
I like
Naruto.
I like Naruto after the fight with Naruto and Sasuke, and then they're just like, pointless dialogue, and then I just...
The problem with Naruto as a series was it was just too much filler, and that's what kind of killed me from the franchise. But you know more about how powerful Kakashi is in full, and I know how fucking retardedly strong Obi-Wan is.
The man who can deflect how many lightsaber strikes in a second, Mike?
123 lightsaber strikes per minute. Which would equate to about 30 lightsaber strikes per second. Roughly.
Now here's the thing about this too. So I will talk about the Naruto side, even though I don't think it would have mattered because Obi-Wan still would have fucking wiped the floor with
He would have destroyed him. He's he's the guardian of the Force, for fuck's sake. He was one of the most powerful Jedi of the goddamn Order when Anakin was around and fucking held his own against the Chosen One.
Yeah, right. But the whole time when I was watching this, not once was chakra ever fucking used by Kakashi. Not once.
Well, he did.
Barely. It was it was like a blimp on the radar compared to everything else in the fucking battle. Instead, they decided to highlight, instead of, using chakra, which he would need in a fight like this against Obi-Wan, the fucking 1,000 years of pain. What?
Yeah, the 1,000 Years of Pain is kind of like the thing that ruins Naruto for the fact that...
It was a meme that was already bad enough in Naruto, but now you're having him use this meme of a move against Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now, here's the whole thing with this. I don't know which version of Obi-Wan they're basing him off of.
Knowing them, they just probably combined all of them.
Let's agree with this. Not only does the man have incredible force power, but he's one of the greatest defensive duelists of the Jedi Order ever.
Right.
He is one of the greatest defensive duelists in the Jedi Order in existence. And he did win the fight. And I don't care if he won the fight. If Kakashi won the fight, I would have said that would have made sense too. If you're going to put them on equal ground, here's the thing.
Which you couldn't, because Obi-Wan's too goddamn strong.
Well, no, it's not even the fact that Obi-Wan's too goddamn strong. It's the fact that mind manipulation does not work on fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
It's kind of this big thing that they're able to create blockers in their head from mind manipulation. That's why he's never been placed under control of other beings.
Right.
Let me just give one quick example. And this is a question.
Well, they did make a meme of that actually, because
it's more the fact. It's more the fact of how the training lineage happened. So you have, just as my example here, you have Yoda, the greatest Jedi of the goddamn order. Then you have Fame, who was Yoda's apprentice. Then it's Dooku, Count fucking Dooku,
the greatest fencer in the Jedi Order's history.
Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn, the greatest philosopher of the Jedi Order, and the trainer of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, and the first Force Ghost in 5,000 years. And his fucking student is Anakin Skywalker.
Yep.
Like, there's building blocks here, and there's so much there. I mean, for fuck's sake, we're talking about a man here who has survived some ridiculous fucking beatings.
Yep.
Obi-Wan, in the expanding universe, Obi-Wan constantly gets fucked up and continues to fight because that's how.
This is a guy who got stoned one time and still took out half a droid army, if I remember correctly.
And you need to remember the big important thing. When he was in his 50s, by the point of New Hope. He was in his late 50s by the point of New Hope. 5 years before A New Hope, he fights Darth Maul on Tatooine and beats him in 3 fucking moves.
That is true.
Because he's a master Jedi. He's so good at what he does, and he knows his opponents so well, and he knows how to piss. He's the biggest troll in fucking Star Wars. He knows how to piss his opponents fast. Plus, I rewatched it, James. Yes, he straight up takes a fucking lightsaber to the head and lives. And it
makes no sense. It makes no sense.
A weapon designed to not only cut and slice and gouge through opponents and targets, but made to burn objects in metal.
Made to vaporize those things.
To burn and vaporize. Here's the worst part of this. Here's the worst part of this thing. So they based it off the one time where Kakashi got a kunai to the fucking head. So that was their reason and justification for doing that spot in the death battle. Here's the problem. A lightsaber ain't a fucking kunai.
It is a pulsing blade of energy.
Yes.
That plasma-based, specifically.
A plasma-based weapon that can cut through almost every single object that is in front of it, besides specific metals that are anti-lightsaber by nature. The Force is one of the most busted and broken powers in fiction.
True.
We're talking about Force chokes, pulls, pushes, sensing.
Lightning.
Here's the thing that wouldn't work on Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
The ability to I think a substitution jutsu, huh? Is that what it is? Where you're able to transport yourself in from another location to another, but place something in there instead? Yeah, substitution. That wouldn't work on him.
No.
It literally wouldn't. Now,
here's the thing. We
he's
talk
been
about
beaten.
all this.
No, but that's the thing. Obi-Wan's been beaten because he was fucking powered out. There was no way for him to win. He's been beaten by Maul and Savage Opress during the Clone Wars. He has been beaten. He was defeated by Dooku.
Right.
Because he has the one character flaw, which is his arrogance. He is an arrogant person in his youth because he believes that he is a Knight of the Jedi Order, which he is, but he is not invincible.
Exactly.
So,
before we continue, or before we move on to topics, obviously, because we are kind of running short on time for our third commercial break, I think that Death Battle needs to reevaluate and rethink how they do their series, or just stop it in general. I think where this is indicative of them running out of, I wouldn't say ideas, because it's not a bad idea in concept, but running out of give a shit, if that makes sense. Because and I go back to the first Superman Goku fight that they had in Death Battle, and it was the one flaw out of the entire thing that they got completely shit upon for, where they had Goku and Superman destroy the planet they both swore to protect.
Yep. That
was it. The minute that happened, Death Battle's been on an absolute downturn since then. Because they're like, it's almost like they've lost all.
They just want to produce cool fights.
Yeah, that's all it is. They don't care about the research anymore, and that was what was separating them from every other animation artist out there. And now it's like, screw it. That's all it is now. It's just screw it. Like, I can't even watch a new Death Battle now because I know it's just going to be half-assed the whole way through. And if you're going to do that, then don't do the series at all. What I'd rather instead is an idea that Mike and I came up with like ages ago, which we don't have time to go over, but maybe we'll go over it some other time. But do a series with all the characters you've ever produced in Death Battle, all the franchises you've ever had a part of it, and do a whole series with it. I mean, hell, for fuck's sake, Avalon Earthworm did it. The guys who made Super Mega Bros did it. Why not do that?
Exactly.
At least then you have enough time to research it. Not everybody's expecting a video every month.
No, you should honestly.
And then people aren't pissed off because you're
honestly
just half-assing.
I'll say this. I think they were better when they had sprites, because it gave them more time to do other things. When you try to do 3D,
they're switching back and forth, aren't they? They're switching back and forth between 3D and sprites depending on the fight.
Here's what I've always said: do sprites for battles that are probably way easier to do. And then if you're like, hey, you know what? Why don't we take this old Death Battle and turn it 3D and see what we can do from there, and try to fix it up and make it look a little bit nicer so that way people can see more of what's going on.
Right.
They haven't done that. And it's all about polish. And if I have to talk about polish, I want to get on to the next thing, which is, hey, you know what's awesome? More story in a game. Especially more story with new characters.
Yes.
And like Mortal Kombat 11 is delivering that in spades. We have been confirmed to be getting who in this chat has Fujin as their favorite? I swear somebody does.
I'm sorry, but when you listen, who didn't like watching Avatar: The Last Airbender as a kid? Okay. Who didn't like fucking Aang with his crazy stupid wind powers? Where it's like, oh, if you didn't like Avatar, go.
Yeah, James. What?
I don't know. I just never could get into it.
Hold on 2 seconds. Yeah. His opinion isn't valid.
But
I can't wait till he realizes that I have him muted. I'm just fucking with you, brother. Anyway, no, I'm just putting in perspective that wind is such a strong power in comparison. Wind is stupidly powerful. And now they're using it to his full extent. I mean, for fuck's sake, we see him walking on air, and it looks amazing.
Right.
They're taking, and I hope they do it, and I really hope that they decide to go for it, make a new character, and finally give us the 3 storm gods that are from Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, right.
Because one was wind, one was lightning, and I think the last one was earth. And just do all 3. I think it'd be super interesting to see.
Sure.
Shiva's back, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be playing as a grapple character, which we absolutely need an addition of. Shokan, she's finally leading Goro's entire race of the Shokan. And Robocop, which is fucking awesome because we're going to finally get Terminator versus Robocop in a game that we haven't gotten since the SNES?
Yeah, something like that.
In the comics, by the way, the RoboCop versus Terminator comics
I am
fucking
happy
awesome.
we are getting RoboCop in Mortal Kombat.
Now, the thing that I'm super excited for, it's not the friendships, it's not the new fatalities, it's not the stage fatalities, the brutalities, all that stuff. It's the fact that we're
skins.
No, it's not even that either.
Oh.
We're finally getting. What if Shang Tsung decided to do good things instead of terrible things?
I love that.
Because he's not really evil. That's never really been said about him. I mean, the fact that he's consuming souls and shit like that's obvious. But when it comes to his own survival, he's not a moron. It's like, alright, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to work with Liu Kang, and I really don't want to fucking do it. Oh, I don't want to do it, but I'll do it. I can't wait to see where they're going with this. We have Nightwolf, Fujin Shiva, and fucking Shang Tsung running around the Mortal Kombat universe trying to stop Kronika fully.
Sure.
And it's taking place after what we've already played in the original game. I'm not sure what the price range is. I haven't really been up to date on that yet.
I can look that up.
I think it's free.
It might be. I know that there's a couple things that are going to be free, such as the friendships, which is fucking hilarious. But yeah, NetherRealm, you're doing fantastic. Just don't go crazy. Don't go too crazy with this shit and start going, we're going to be doing it with every game. It's like, you don't have to do that. I love that you're doing that you're adding more story to your game and going, what happens after these events? Because we really don't want to have our fans go to the fucking comics again, because the comics were killer. Oh my god, the comics are so fucking terrible. It's not
very true.
But hey, NetherRealm, good job. I'm glad that you're getting back to what you know best.
And now you know why. And now you know why we have them in the AEW video game pocket. Which, by the way, you should go do some stuff. Do it.
I really hope somebody goes, when is the point where all these guys are going to get trapped in a basement in the gulag and have to suck hot dick? Because that's where it's going.
We haven't done that already?
Exactly.
I definitely haven't, because I'm not.
Always expect the unexpected, huh? But speaking of going back to what you know best, BioWare is confirmed, or at least somewhat confirmed, going back to one of my favorite franchises, which is Knights of the Old Republic. So they're making a third game.
Let's spitball. What do you think they're going to do?
Well, okay, we already know what happens.
Cool lightsaber fights. I haven't the one Death Battle did.
Fucking shit.
KOTOR's not really known for its crazy lightsaber fights. It's known for
that's
intricate.
Jedi Academy.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
right. Sorry.
Intricate and amazing story. BioWare, please get Obsidian, please, because KOTOR 2's story is so fucking interesting and cool.
We don't have enough of it either.
No, let me give an example. I'm okay with, if you want to make the Star Wars movies for kids, you can do that. That's absolutely fine as long as they're entertaining and I'm not sitting there going, but fucking why though? If you want to do that, you can do.
For those who are like, well, Star Wars shouldn't be for kids. I don't care what you think.
Star Wars was made for kids.
If you hear the term lightsaber as a kid, you're like, ooh.
But Star Wars was made for kids. Lucas made a child-friendly fucking thing.
Right.
And that's how it was always supposed to be. But it's okay to do that as long as it has a good story and the adults sitting in the room isn't sitting there going, well, why though? So to kind of get in there, KOTOR 1 is about the fall and rise of Darth Revan, which is taking place 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, which is awesome. And so it has nothing to do with what's going on in the Disney universe, which is fine. Make those canon. I don't give a fuck. I want to see Naga Sadao, Exar Kun, Darth Revan, Darth Malik, Darth Nihilus, Scion, Treya, and Darth Bane. If you're gonna make a game, make it Bane.
Yes, Darth Bane.
You forget the two best characters. Jolie fucking Bindo and Canderous Ordo, my dude.
You mean Mandalore?
Yes.
Fucking Mandalore?
Mando fucking lore, dude.
Okay, I got
Dude,
one.
you have me sold on Darth Bane. I'm not even gonna lie.
Dude, Darth Bane's gonna be awesome. Darth Bane, if they're going to do the third...
Scion.
Oh my god, Sion's so good.
Scion's so good.
He's my favorite Sith Lord. Honestly, out of all the Sith, he's more terrifying than Vader. For the simple fact of, you will strike me down in battle, and I will continue to fucking come after you after death. I will have 1,000 deaths before I yield. Which, by the way, quick thing, Nikos, your favorite character would be Atton Rand.
Because he's such a cunt.
No, Casey, you're getting him completely wrong. So Atton is your smuggler character, for obvious reasons. He's the scoundrel of the game that you need. Looks like the Han Solo archetype. Is actually a Jedi massacring fucking badass who's been hiding it the entire game. And he even goes into the detail. Do you know how you defeat a Jedi? You wound the Padawan, so that way the Master has to focus their entire intention upon trying to help the Padawan. And I'm like,
that's fucked.
Don't use blasters. No, use mines. No, I don't care how good you are with the Force. You're not expecting mines. Dude, honestly, the one piece of dialogue when you can finally convert him into a Jedi, which, by the way, quick thing, KOTOR 1, you get 3 Jedi in your party, including yourself. KOTOR 2,
everybody in your party can become a Jedi.
You can train every single person to become a Jedi. The first game you play as, you know what? Not even gonna go in there, because that's you need to play. Obviously,
you absolutely have to play.
I can't even spoil that.
But alongside your own character, you get 3 other characters that are Jedi. You get Jolie Bindo, you get Bastila Shan, and if you want to be a little bit more thorough, you can get Juhani,
who's amazing. All 4 of those characters, including yourself, are fantastic. In KOTOR 2, you gain Bodur, Atton Rand, you get Visis Mar, you get Handmaiden, you get a whole bunch of characters. HK-47, for fuck's sake. T3 is back. It's awesome. If they're doing a third game, here are the 2 things that I would ask for. Number 1, and it's not going to be story or gameplay or anything like that, it's time periods. Number 1, show us the Hyperspace Wars. If you don't know what that is, it's Exar Kun. And he's your villain. Yes. The greatest fucking battle master in history. That is your villain.
Absolutely,
yes. Number 2, the rise of Darth Bane.
Yes.
Because, okay, we had KOTOR 1, Darth Revan, Darth Malik, great. KOTOR 2, Nihilus, Scion, and Treya, awesome. SWOTOR, which is the Old Republic, which is the RPG. You have...
the MMO specifically.
Yes, you have Darth Malgus, who is amazing. You have the Emperor, you have there's just so many, I can't even go into all of them. And the return of Darth Revan.
And, not to mention, if you play the Jedi Padawan storyline, your Padawan is fucking Solid Snake.
Oh yeah, David Hayter is in the game, which is amazing.
Yes,
I played SWOTOR enough just to do that. So
I hope they do a mod where they make Solid Snake in the game.
You can't mod a online MMORPG.
Yeah,
It's fine. Really quick, if you are going to be playing KOTOR 2, recommendation is to get it on PC for obvious reasons, and get a refurbishment mod, which puts all the content that was cut from the game back into the game. And it's fucking fantastic. Like, it's some shit that you're like, huh. You know, yeah, let's keep that in. Oh, and one last thing before we get into the next topic, who is
which is commercial break.
Yeah. Into commercial break. While we're at commercial break, if you have the chance, look up Kreia herself. She goes under the name of Darth Treya. You are probably talking about the most infamous, famous, and most popular female Star Wars character whose name is Leia.
Yeah.
She is fantastically written.
Or Mara Jade for you Expanded Universe fans.
Exactly. She is probably one of the most well put together female characters that goes, what are you doing, idiot? You don't have to be Jedi or Sith. Go in between. Fuck it. Use both. Do what you feel is right. Who gives a shit what you're going to be doing for it? But yeah, we'll see you folks.
Before we come end to the commercial break, I literally just opened my phone, and I saw this horrible news. We talked about it in the start of the program, but it is not just a stop search tonight. It is a stop search permanently. The search for ex-WWE superstar Shad Gaspard has been called off and has now been presumed dead.
Wow.
Very sad and sudden situation. Crime Time was a big part of many of our childhoods. R.I.P. Big Man. Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, man. Okay, so...
Top of 44 is up there, Big Man.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Guess this means we already talked about our favorite memories to a degree. We'll probably go more in detail on the Indy Force Extra before we predict for Double or Nothing.
This one's to you.
Yeah. Here's a 10-bell salute for Shad Gaspard, and actually, you know what? Out of respect for the man, I just want to make sure I get his name right here. Ben Gaspard is his actual name. The 10-bell salute.
Hibiki TMD on YouTube, retro gaming, pro wrestling, podcast, Terry Bollea, Hibiki Honors, Hibiki Quickie, everything in between. Hit that subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. And hey! Watch out for pedestrians, pal. You on the bike. Slow down. Hit that subscribe down below. Check us out at the Hibiki TMD on Twitter, Hibiki TMD on YouTube. Oh, the goddamn goodness.
What's up, bitches? Are you tired of being bored during quarantine? Well, to pass the time, check out hundreds of free classic games on PlayEmulator.com. This site offers so many classic titles from the Nintendo Entertainment System, all the way to the Game Boy Color. They also have a huge PSX library, along with an even bigger Sega library. The collection is massive and has hundreds of games, including, but not limited to, Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, the original Streets of Rage, Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man, WWF No Mercy, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Virtual Pro Wrestling, Super Mario 64, F-Zero and F-Zero X, the original Tetris, Contra, WCW NWO Revenge, Doom 64, all Street Fighter 2 titles, Pokemon X and Y, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and much, much more. They also have a small section for MSX including the original Metal Gear. There are also fan-made emulators you can play, including Shadow in Sonic, Mario vs. Sonic.exe, Simpsons Streets of Rage, and a Street Fighter 2 version of Street Fighter 5. Go on playemulator.com and enjoy the fun fellow gamers, because this shit's super fun yo. Indy Force approved.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
$1 billion company! That's how we're starting
Yeah,
off.
so real apologies really quick if it seems a little awkward how everything's been placed at this current section. It is because there have been issues, and the issues are primarily about Skype. There's not much that can be done, but we're going to continue where we're going to go from our last topic.
Yep.
So Bill Mitchell, Billy Boy Mitchell, fucking former, I have to say that because it's true, former Guinness Book of World Record.
No, he's not former, so.
Should be former. Guinness Book of World Record winner for the highest score in Pac-Man ever. Is, well, maybe cheating.
He's been exposed. No, he's not maybe cheating. He's been exposed for absolutely cheating.
Yeah, he's been cheating.
Donkey Kong record has been exposed. His Pac-Man record has been exposed. Every record that he supposedly set
has been exposed for cheating.
Yes.
How he did it will probably, honestly,
I believe it's in the Scarce video, or at least loosely on the Scarce video, which I am.
If you have to, just do some research. It will take you about 5 minutes. So, Billy Mitchell here, has been going into our little arcade cabinets and has been cheating. And how he's been doing that is by going into the error macro section of the fucking thing and editing specific numbers in order for him to go past specific levels faster. He's cheating by altering the code.
Because of course he fucking did.
So, Bill Mitchell, I hate to sell you this Billy Bob fucking scumbag. You're getting added into the asshole Hall of Fame because we don't allow cheating on this show.
Nope. You are the biggest cheater known to man.
He's been lying since the 1980s. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
So, well, I know somebody that got him beat.
Oh yeah,
the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church has been lying for over 2,000 years.
Catholic Church, no less station in the Catholic Church. Give us your money or I'll fuck you, son.
Okay, so to give the full context to the story, the first person to really expose this was a guy named Apollo Legend on YouTube.
Yes, and
this is the story by Scarce.
If I remember correctly, Apollo Legend is a speedrunner.
Yes. So Apollo Legend's the first one to break it, and Scarce is the one that kind of put this story together on his show. By the way, if you're not subscribed to Scarce, I should say, definitely sub to him. He covers YouTube news, but he also covers gaming news and generally what's going on in the gaming industry, and I really like him for that because it definitely helps fill people in that don't really know much about what's going on behind the scenes in the video game, so I really do appreciate him for that. That being said, here we go.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Scarce here. Now, our first story today comes from the YouTuber known as Apollo Legend. Now, this guy has over 300,000 subscribers, and a couple years ago, he made a video on Billy Mitchell, okay? Now, if you don't know who Billy Mitchell is, he is very well known in the gaming scene. He has some of the highest records and highest scores on games like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. The thing is here is that Apollo Legend made videos exposing the fact that Billy Mitchell is allegedly cheating here and that his scores are fake.
In this video, I'm going to explain why all 3 of his Donkey Kong records over 1 million points are invalid. I'll be showing first-hand testimony that Billy threatened those who questioned his scores. We're going to take a look at a video which clearly shows Billy and his friends doctoring evidence. And then last, I'll show you Billy's complete denial of everything and how it makes no sense whatsoever.
And just a couple days ago, Billy Mitchell decided to sue Apollo Legend for defamation over these videos. Just watch this.
Billy Mitchell filed a $1 million lawsuit against me. It's like he's not capable of accepting defeat even when he's obviously wrong. Billy set some Donkey Kong records like 10 years ago, and it turned out he cheated to get some of these scores. I made a video covering this case, and now 2 years later, he has filed a $1 million lawsuit against me for defamation.
Okay, so not only is Apollo Legend going to fight back against Billy Mitchell here, but he is also going to actually go on the offensive and sue Billy Mitchell himself here. Apollo Legend started an entire GoFundMe over this, and it raised over $10,000 in only the first few hours. It's already at $26,000 raised so far. So obviously people were really excited to help Apollo in this situation here. And he posted a video yesterday called Billy Mitchell Will Be Sued.
When I made this GoFundMe, I thought we could probably reach the goal by the end of the month. I had no idea we were going to break it in 6 hours. At the time of recording, we've now raised $20,000 in just over 2 days.
So Billy Mitchell, as you just heard, cheating in Donkey Kong, doctoring evidence, is being a general scumbag. Not shocking. It's generally not shocking, and nobody's surprised by this. So, and this isn't the first time. He's been doing it for years. Is it just me, or does he look like, what's his fucking name on Game of Thrones? Like a really tall version of him.
Peter Dinklage?
He looks like a really tall, fucked up version of Peter Dinklage.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So...
yeah,
welcome to the inductee of being a part of the Asshole Hall of Fame. It's Mitchell's greatest day.
He's
an asshole. You fucking cunt.
He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Oh my god, that's the anthem. That's the anthem for the Asshole Hall of Fame. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's definitely the type of person who uses public toilets and pisses on the seat, walking around in the summertime, screaming how about this heat. So Billy Mitchell, we give you a constant fuck you, and if you wish to sue me, go right ahead.
Yep.
Because you are cheating.
For defamation now.
You're cheating. It's obvious that you're cheating. Admit it, and nobody will be on your ass.
Now, for those who haven't actually seen the video...
That's not true. Everybody will be still on his ass.
Yeah, but it'll be less people.
For those who actually haven't seen the video, the video that Scarce was referencing, the first one, we will link that in the description. I will actually try to find that video and put it in the description so you can see for yourself why he was cheating and how he was cheating. But we're not going to go over it just for time's sake. But it did happen. He did cheat.
But this isn't the first time that Billy Mitchell has been caught cheating. Actually, you know, let me give me 2 seconds. You guys can go into the next topic, but I'll just have this ready to go.
I mean, if it's on the topic of Billy Mitchell, we should probably just...
Well, it will literally take me about one quick... That is not Billy Mitchell. That is... That is United Air Services Billy Mitchell. Oops.
Yeah, an actual hero.
That is not Billy Mitchell. That is Billy Crystal.
That is Bill O'Reilly. That's Chuck Palumbo.
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, you know what's upsetting when you have to type in Billy Mitchell with brackets gamer. So he is the guy that got the perfect score in Pac-Man of 3,333,360.
But that I just call hacks.
But he has in 2017, a moderator of Twin Galaxy was able to find that Mitchell's scores in both Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Weren't true.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so that guy was the first to expose it. I think Apollo Legend mentioned that in his original video.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in here.
Definitely, it's in the Apollo Legend video. It will be linked in the description. I remember him covering this in the original video, so definitely check that out. It will be linked. And if you do want to support Apollo Legend in his countersuit, link for that will be in the description of this video as well. Thank you, Scarce, obviously, for the video. We will probably be coming back to this video. This won't be the only time we use that clip from Scarce's show. He's a really good guy. I already gave him fair warning on the show. We were going to use the clip, so hope that's okay, my dude.
Scarce,
but yeah,
you should come on the podcast. It'd be fun.
I would love Scarce on the podcast. I hope.
If you don't, I'll come to your house and I'll poop on that tree that you walked from behind. I swear to God, I'll do it.
And he's not joking. He'll actually do it.
I'll
Do not
fucking
do not
shit on
test-
that tree.
Do not test this man. He is not stable.
Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll fucking shit. I can't even do that with a straight face. Shit. That was gonna be. I'll fucking shit.
Speaking of scare story, and I'll just pop it up because I'm afraid if I even screen share, it's gonna fuck up my laptop for some.
Don't worry about it. But wait, there's more.
So there's more scare stories. We're gonna move on to the next topic. This involves Naughty Dog, and specifically Neil Druckman of Naughty Dog. Yes.
And Nikos is already face palm.
Hold on. Let me explain the story for those who don't know, because we don't need scarces up and because I can explain it pretty well. So, because Neil Druckman has been criticized for making The Last of Us 2, or as we infamously call it now, The Woke of Us, he tried to false flag a bunch of different content creators because of their opinions of the game before its actual launch. And because of this, every single content creator filed counterclaims and won. So it says here on Rikedia Media, I believe it's how you pronounce it. Reminder, as everyone wins with their DCMA counterclaims against Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is trash and likely won't have any legal ramifications for their bad faith abuse of the DCMA or DMCA. The only proper ramifications comes from you. Don't buy their shit game.
Now, here's a quick thing. I know somebody's going to sit there and say, well, you guys are really going to get pissed off on Neil Druckman for the fact that he fucked up one game. Yeah, but we also did this thing called research. Nikos and I spent a good 5.5 hours together doing fucking research.
I don't care, and even if it was just one game, I don't give a fuck if it was just one game. The minute you start going and filing false copyright claims
I have a better one.
Content creators for a game that was already shit from the beginning and didn't even come out yet, all because they had an opinion of how you wrote the fucking thing, makes you a member of the Asshole Hall of Fame. Take it the fuck away, Nikos.
Let's fucking tag team this shit, right? So, okay, Neil I'm a Hack Druckman's first game he ever made was about a katana-swinging penguin that fought Nazis on a fucking train car for the net.
The game was called Pain, spelled Pain.
Gwyn.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Kill me.
So, Neil has had, for a long time, according to a lot of information, eyewitness accounts of people that have worked with him. Yes, Nikos, I got some of that information too. Don't worry about it. I can't give the sources, but I can give quotes. So, and I have them all saved onto my little phone here. So let's go with the first one here. Neil is a talentless egomaniac who attempts to continue to go for his ideology instead of going for what was best for the business at the time. He wanted to push crazy and outlandish storylines instead of actual hardcore evidence stories that would be more interesting for a global audience. Now, Neil has, and we won't deny the factor, he has worked on the Jack and Daxter series. He has worked on the Last of Us series, and he's worked on the Nathan Drake series, the Uncharted series. Yeah. He's not a terrible writer. His work is well put together, but that is because he has other people looking at him going, so, Neil Druckman, I got it. Neil Druckman, also known as Vince Russo 2.0.
I was just about to say, for the fans that are still confused but know of Vince Russo's tendencies, and that sounds oddly familiar,
There you
Neil
go.
Druckman is the Vince Russo of video game writing.
So, Nikos, I'm gonna put my hand up and I'm gonna come towards the camera and I'm gonna tag you in, okay? Here I go.
Go on, Nikos. Let him have it.
So this motherfucker, the first game he programmed was a game in 2004 called Dicky Penguin in TKO for the Third Reich, which, as Mike described, a platform game where you play as a samurai penguin killing Nazis. I don't know why. I don't know why we needed it, but it existed.
And we should kill it with fire.
Yes. In 2004, he programmed Jack 3. 2005, Jack X, Combat Racing. 2007, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. This is when he decided to become a game designer / co-writer. This is where he started getting his roots into actual writing the story. After 2007 comes 2009 with Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. This is where he becomes a co-lead game designer. So now he's not just co-writing the games, but now he's co-leading it. Which at first, it's not that bad. Until Jack and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. Now he plays the role as an original design and a full-time writer. He's not a co-writer anymore. He is now just a regular writer.
Wait.
2013, it was Last of Us, where he is now a creative director and writer. Now, we can agree with Last of Us. It is a pitch-perfect game. Though it had a little flaws, but it still had a really good game that teaches you about morality and survival. And I think that's just a great combination, especially you have to deal with loss and consequence towards the end of the game. But then, a year later, we begin to notice some flaws with Druckman's writing. In 2014...
Because isn't that when the expansion for Last of Us came out?
The DLC Left Behind. Now, look, I don't have a problem with Ellie coming out, as you would say. I don't think any of us have that much of a problem, but the story of the DLC was literally stupid. What's the story of the DLC?
I have a problem with it.
Mike, I'm going to tag you in. You ready?
Okay, here I go. Ready? Yay! So, okay, here's where the problem comes in with the DLC. It is fucking pandering towards an audience. It isn't made with some philosophical thought in mind. It isn't made with a certain agenda being a part of it. It's made of, me as a writer, looking on this, I really wanted to do a lesbian storyline. And why not use a character that everybody enjoys to turn her lesbian? Even though plot doesn't really require it and nobody asked what her sexual orientation was?
Yep.
So, in any case, the story of that is relatively simple. It's just two kids being kids. That's pretty much it, but I'll be honest. That's the whole fucking story of that DLC. They're kids being kids.
It's got to be political. It's got to be political.
Oh wait,
you're making it too simple.
They're not just kids. They're gay kids. And it's like, but nobody cares. Nobody's sitting there going, finally, a character for me.
Riveting.
It's like, as I told Nikos, I would have preferred if they said, or hell, it could come out of nowhere that she was gay and everybody would have sat there and said, huh, this badass female character was gay the entire time? Huh.
I mean, it would be
okay,
a surprise, cool. Yes, but
cool. All right.
I mean,
in one sentence, Mike did the main character better than fucking Neil Druckman could ever dream.
Just, you don't listen. as I've said before, you can do a gay character and you can make them gay from the beginning. And you can do a lot of stuff with it. Just don't fucking shove it in the audience's face because they don't care.
Yep.
Listen, you can have a whole movie where it's, we need to talk about African American power, and it's like, that's fine. And you're trying to send a message out there that these specific individuals or one person in mind should be affected by this in a positive manner. But to go for sexual orientation for little kids that have no idea what that means?
None at all.
And I'm only saying it from a perspective that James, you and I know a transgendered individual. Her name/he is named Max.
Yep.
And I don't question every single time I look at Max what his or her gender is.
Right.
Now, I know I'm using those type of things in the sentence so that way you understand where the confusion come in if you're trying to write a character down in a story. But you don't have to do that.
No.
You can just make a badass female character and then... Okay, good example. Do you want a good one? James, do you remember the character Kung Jin that you really liked playing in Mortal Kombat X?
Yes.
He's pretty cool, wasn't he? You really enjoyed his character, right?
Yeah.
He was gay. Does that change how you look at that character?
No, he's still cool.
Yeah. Did they have to blatantly go, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay? No, because NetherRealm knows how to write a story and went, they made it into a subtle line that Raiden says. They do not care about what your body craves of flesh. It's like, okay, cool, great. That's whatever. I mean, I'm just trying to quote it from memory because I haven't played Mortal Kombat 10 story mode in forever.
Sounds about right to my memory.
But, yeah, they care about who you are inwards, not what you crave, or something close to that. I could probably pull up the quote at another point or have it just appear somewhere on screen for clarity.
The older dog care about what is in your heart, not about what your body craves.
Exactly. There you go. Thank you, Casey. And that's all you need. And they said, yeah, Kung Jin's gay. And then that was it. It was on Twitter. They just said it quick, and I went, huh, that's cool. He's the first gay character in a video game that I didn't ask the question, is he gay? No, I just said that's a cool character. Good job. You made a character who's interesting, and his family ties go to a good character.
And for the record, it's not that you couldn't do a gay character right, but if... you don't have to make it so stereotypical that it has to be gay, and that has to be the main point of the fucking character.
Let me put it like this. If you're making a comedic game, right? You're making a comedic game about a comedic character, and you want to make him comedically gay, you can do that. That's fine. Who cares? You can do that because the game ties into that.
That's the point where you have the character that goes, dude, I'm not gay. I'm fucking ecstatic.
Exactly. I'm fucking exquisite. And I think that'd be hilarious. And that's a character that you're like, I love this character because of the fact that they're so fucking out there. It's amazing. Or you could just have, yeah, they're gay. I mean, great example is that for a recent game, Detroit Become Human has 2 gay robots. And I went, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great. That's whatever.
Yeah, right.
It's not a bad story. I'm not sitting there questioning every motive. I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, let's continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you don't need to make it the main point of the character.
So Nikos, I'm going to tag you in. And here we go.
Hey.
So, after the DLC, there came Uncharted 4 in 2016, The Thief's End. Now, problem with Uncharted 4 that I found, the story was already completed by Amy Hennig, but after they removed her from Naughty Dog, the entire script and story for Uncharted 4 had to be done by Druckman, who at this point stayed with the creative director role, but now he's a lead co-writer. It should have, if he was a co-writer, why did he get rid of Hennig? It just made no sense. If he didn't, it would have just been writer.
Yep. So Hennig, real quick thing, and I know I wasn't tagged in here, but I'm going to call it an assist because of pinfall.
Sure.
Things were happening. I had to jump in order to stop the pinfall.
2!
I can't. Boom! I hit it, and she's an incredible writer. She's worked on several intellectual properties. Honestly, if you're in high school right now and you want a really interesting nowadays person to write about, if you're doing an English class, she's the first person I would recommend. She's fucking fantastic of a writer. She's so good at what she does. She knows. She's worked on so many good properties. It's not even funny. But yeah, I'll go back in my corner. Referee is giving me 5.
So after that, in 2017, he changed his role from creative director and lead co-writer to a play tester for a game called What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, Mike, I'm going to have to tag you in because I have no knowledge of this game.
Tag!
Cool. So, it's a VR style experience where it is primarily about solving a case, figuring out what's going on. It's very Myst-like, and Myst was kind of like this as a point-and-click adventure style game. There's a hidden message in there that I did not attempt to find, and it's somewhat well put together, but it has a lot of plot issues from at least my personal perspective.
A lot's an understatement.
Well, I'm only saying it from my point of view because I can only give my idea of what I think is pretty bad. I think that the pacing of the game is awkward. It doesn't really work. The character in question is just not interesting enough for me to continue playing a game that's about 6.5 to almost 8 hours long. And honestly, needed to go back and be played a lot more because I found considerable fucking bugs in it that don't work and just haven't worked and will never work because it feels unpolished in certain areas where I'm like, okay, so what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Okay, Nikos, ready? Tagging you back in.
What also remained in 2007 was a game which I would have preferred as a DLC, even though the story's fucking terrible. At this part, Neil Druckman's role is head of narrative development for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Now, I haven't played that game, but all
There's
I know is
such an agenda.
it's terrible. It's basically Chloe teaming up with Nadine, the quote-unquote side villain in Uncharted 4.
You can see the pattern here, right? I'm not the only one. That there's a pattern with what he likes as as characters. A little bit.
Just suck a dick on Pornhub and get it the fuck over with already.
Give us a Liz.
And they didn't even try to make it better by including Sam, Nathan Drake's brother, into the mix, which didn't exactly help the story because there was literally no connection between these three characters combined.
Exactly.
Rephrase this quote-unquote plot. Because, seriously, I don't understand why this is its own game when it could have been like a DLC for 4. At least
because he really wanted to make it its own title for his own fucking egomaniacal problems. He has an ego
agenda
that bigger than Atlas's balls.
Fucking a lady who got fired from Star Wars and her, she's just fucking marry, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then finally,
Kathleen and Druckman? Oh no.
That'd be a nightmare.
That's a dark side. That's a dark side choice.
Add Vince Russo for a menage a trois, and oh god.
Dude, that's
the dark side across that line.
Of the dark side.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, yeah.
Of the dark side.
Yeah.
And then finally, we get to the last game,
John
2020's
Cafferty
The
aside.
Last of Us Part 2, where he goes back to being creative director and lead co-writer. Now, we've already explained how The Last of Us went, and I know not many people are going to appreciate this game from
Nikos.
what this...
Nikos?
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you right now. Use your anger. Let the hate flow through you.
Hey, get back in your corner already! 1,
You
2.
took a shit on 2 characters that we followed through in the first game. And after reading the leaks, which are now confirmed as true, it completely ruins the experience made for these characters, only to let the principles of the agenda dominate the game now, when it wasn't even the whole narrative.
Nope.
Like, I actually have the leaks, and I will post it in the chat. I mean, either privately or whatever, but
send it to me and I'll put them.
You know what? I got a better idea. I got a better idea, James. Because I want us to get flagged by him. Why don't we just post them on screen now? And we're going to be quiet so that way the audience member or members that are reading this can see what the problem comes in. We're going to start now.
you may need glasses to read the amount of bullshit that went into these leaks. But that's not
we'll
even
make
the
it
worst part.
we'll make it full fucking screen if we have to.
Exactly. But that's not even the worst part. Would you believe that as soon as these leaks came out, Neil Druckman would make a video practically begging fans to buy his game for the experience?
I'll stop you right there. Roll it.
The video basically explains that, oh, well, as for what you may have heard or not, you will like this game for the amount of gameplay and effort that we put into it. Yeah, more like you fucking crunched the fucking development and the people working on this game that you fucking underpaid or practically not even paid at all.
And then made them freaking file a bunch of freaking false DCMA claims.
I mean, shit. I had to find a video of some dude controlling fucking a puppet Yoda reacting to this bullshit, and everything this puppet Yoda said, spot on. You crunched your development team. You basically shit on the entirety of expectations for fans. And then you had the gall to say that you cared, quote unquote, cared for what the fans thought that would be a monster hit. I'm sorry, care. Did you care about your development team who worked on this game for, 5 years and didn't give them enough time to rework some of the script? Did you not give care?
You clearly didn't care about Amy Hennig.
Yep.
You didn't. Did you give care for your previous people that you were working with, your coworkers, before you booted them off?
Did you give a fuck about the fans that were a fan of this series before you took it and absolutely destroyed it?
No. And what I found this video amusing is that if you listen closely to that video posted by Naughty Dog, you can hear him cry. Like, he's talking about this game, and you can hear him, like, quiver his lower lip. He's just like, well, you know, you guys, from taking a glance at the game, you'll probably like, yeah, eat shit, dude. If I wanted a story about a father-son, father-daughter journey team, I'd replay God of War. Because that game,
feed me your tears, asshole. Feed me your fucking tears in this
Exactly.
goddamn cup.
like, if I want an adventure story that builds a bond between two characters with
Play
an
Banjo-Kazooie.
impeccable story, Banjo-Kazooie, God of War, anything else besides this. Or if you still want to invest your money and buy this game, I would have a recommendation for you. Why don't you go ahead and either do two things? One, you can wait for Cyberpunk 2077, a game that took years of development and hard work, an amazing story.
And Keanu Reeves.
Or, if you want, and this is taken entirely from Puppet Yoda, you can donate your money to fucking Suzy Liu. Because if you won't buy the game, then you can at least get a shout out from fucking Megamind herself.
I have a better idea. How much is this game going to be when it comes out? $60?
Probably.
I'm going to go on Steam really quick. So, Nikos, continue doing what you're doing. And I'm going to tell you what you could buy for that $60 in a bundle.
This man, Neil Cuckman, decides to plead to the fans. He wants us to buy this game just for experience, but he completely leaves out the story. And what's mind-boggling, Naughty Dog released the final trailer. He thought he was slick by not showing the fans, or quote-unquote fans, and people who watch the video, the villain, the transgender villain of this game, just to assume that, oh, the leaks aren't right. The leaks are not credited. Don't worry about it. Bullshit, dude. Fucking bull. You only did that just so you wouldn't piss off the fans even further.
Because, of course, the fucking villain had to be fans. Because why not?
But, James, here's what's messed up that you really need to take a minute to think about. She's a transgender lesbian. How the fuck does that work?
So straight. A transgendered lesbian, so she's straight.
Unlike this story.
I'm sorry. I know somebody out there is going to get pissed off at me, but when you take... That's literally the opposite of the other thing. There's no such thing as chicks with dicks, only dudes with tits.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So things that you can buy on Steam right now. For $3, you could get Uno, so you could play with your friends. If you don't have any friends, you can get the Game of the Year edition version, the Game of the Year edition of The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
You could get Total War Warhammer.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
Yep. If you wanted to, you could get Rocket League. That's $20.
If you wanted to, you could I think I heard you mention Warhammer. You could probably get Warhammer Space Marine.
Why not? Or just get Warhammer 40K.
I'd pay for the worst game voted on Steam, NBA 2K20 over this fucking garbage.
You know what? Let me continue. I'm going to add a couple more to this list. You could get Streets of Rage. That's
4.
And as I said, the price range was what, $60?
About that.
If you wanted to, you could get let's see, Them Fighting Herds, which is a relatively good game. If you wanted to, you could absolutely go that route. You could
May I add a recommendation to this?
Go for it.
If you wanted to switch over from Steam and go to goodoldgames.com, at least I believe that's the URL, Good Old Games is selling the first 3 games in the Roller Coaster Tycoon series for about $10 a pop.
Good Old Game. GOG?
GOG, yes.
May I include a
GOG.com.
recommendation?
Yeah, go for Nikos.
How about...
Or you could get the Grand Theft Auto 4 Complete Edition for $20.
Continue, Nikos.
Or for $60, you can get January's best game of 2020, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
I'd buy that.
I would.
Or here,
I'm not even the biggest fan of Arena Fighters, and I'd buy that.
Or here's another recommendation.
You can get Final Fantasy VII.
If you want to, and you think, I don't like this story. I don't like how Neil Druckmann writes. You could do this instead. Go on PlayEmulator.com and play all the classic games we promoted earlier
for
free. Because
Or-
that's a better use
of your money.
Goddamn time.
But hey, if you're sitting there and you're like, I want a game with strong female characters and a really interesting plot and storyline that will keep me hooked for hours on end and make me really care about what I'm doing, well, you could play KOTOR 2, or you could play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Or you could play any of the Metroid Prime games.
That's also fair. If you wanted to, if you're like, you know what I really need? I need a good game about a main character who's lost everything. You could play Stalker. Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl is very good. It's hard, but it's very fucking good. And I'll be honest, back in the day, James, you remember this little game we used to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day at GameStop, James and I used to play the $20 game. How many games can you get for just $20? How high did we get? 10 games?
10 games.
10 games each, $20. Why? You just find that you're buying a lot of shit. But sometimes
that shit's more impressive than the woke of us.
The woke of us.
On the game and the HBO series.
Well, I think the HBO series is going to be fine. I think they're not going to have to deal with.
I don't. You know what? After this travesty of a fucking game, I don't trust Neil Druckmann with any goddamn.
No, that's fair.
Oh, James, would you even trust the quote unquote literature that he wrote?
Nope.
Oh, please do it. Oh, please.
So during the time he made Uncharted 2, he began to write a motion comic book for Uncharted called Uncharted: Eye of Indra.
What does human life need? Humans to reproduce and food, which becomes shit. The graphic novel was fucking shit.
It was shit. Hell, it wasn't even a graphic novel. It was a fucking motion comic.
It's the same
comic
idea.
that lets you, yeah.
It's a goddamn fucking DVD that you would buy that's a motion comic, and I'm like sitting there going, oh, cool, that thing that's going to be free on YouTube in a year.
But aside from that, a year later, he jumped from the motion comic and went straight to graphic novel for a graphic novel called A Second Chance at Sarah. Now, I don't know much about
I'm sorry.
Series.
I'm sorry, Nikos. I hate to cut off your momentum, but I gotta put this spot. Your camera froze for just a second when your eyes were half open and your mouth was like this. You looked like you were fucking stoned off your ass.
Just like reading this motherfucking list.
What was it called
It's not
again?
a good list.
Nikos,
It's
A
not
Second Chance at Sarah?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Let me guess. It's about a girl It's about a gay guy or trans that happens to be a girl or lesbian or something that's named Sarah that this person, the main character, is trying to get back with. Right? Did I hit the fucking nail on the head?
No, it's
Did I do it?
actually...
No.
No, here's what it is. After the birth of her son, Johnny's wife, Sarah, falls into a coma. Johnny soon discovers her talisman, which allows her... It's a fucking demon hunting story? Dealing with a demon, and her sister Rachel beknownst that Johnny is to save... So wait.
Oh, so we know who watched Supernatural as a kid.
A second chance... Wait,
She travels back in time to 1995.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cool, does she meet fucking Jotaro Kujo in fucking Mario Radio? No, that was the summer of 99, and it was better. Rachel dies, and Sarah never falls into a coma. Instead, lives her life normal with Johnny and their son. The son's never given a name because who gives a fuck? So this entire stupid fucking thing is about a wife who goes into a coma, whose name is Sarah, and her sister and her husband have to somehow stop and deal with a demon that allows the demon to travel back to 1995 in order to fuck with things that are in the past, in order to fix things that are in the future, which eventually leads to her. What the fuck? Back to the Future fan fiction am I fucking reading?
Bro, it literally...
Mike, I can sum this whole thing up in one motion.
Neil Druckman.
Nope. Dur, 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 dur.
This man is so unoriginal.
I mean, the art is impressive, but the art doesn't...
Guarantee the art wasn't done by him.
No, the art's done by Josuke Wong, who's...
I thought you were going to say Josuke Joestar, and I was going to go and fucking excuse me?
That's Higashi
No,
Kasha.
Josuke Joestar probably tried to stop this abomination from happening if he were real life.
It would be Josuke Higashikata, and the only reason why I know that is because I'm a fucking piece of trash weeb. Actually, his art is relatively impressive. I like the high shading and different contrast
Not his
values.
art. It's the other guy's art.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that Josuke Wong, his art. You know, fuck it. I'll give an example. The art is fantastic, or at least the artist is fantastic, and I think the work is very fucking good. But this fucking comic though
can die.
Oh my god! Do you guys want to see what the pendant is? Oh, James, please put it up on screen as soon as everybody sees it. Oh, put it up on screen. It's so fucking terrible.
I just saw it. What is that?
The pendant.
It's her pendant.
Her pendant. She's... Honey, help
me
out here.
So what the fuck is...
Isn't that a pentagram of the devil?
So wait. So she turns into innocent person to fucking deviant? Sexual deviant?
Honey.
Is that what that is?
Do you know what that is? That's the Full Metal Alchemist fucking containment seal. That's the Full Metal Alchemist containment seal.
Neil Cuckman is so unoriginal that he is stealing art.
He's stealing conception
from other sources of medium, such as anime.
Well, he's not. Well, I mean, everything has been done, I'm sure, in
Wong did the illustrations. Druckman did the writing and character development. So at the end of the day, Wong just had to draw something.
I swear he just wanted a female with fucking tits on the cover, and for some reason she had to be upside down. That's how low I think of this individual.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
Like, that's what it feels like to me. That's literally he just wanted an excuse to put a female in a white tank top.
No, let me put it like this.
Pendulum.
Let me put it like this, good sir. There is a scene in this comic, and I'm looking at it, where she gets in a truck, and her husband's looking at her, and she goes, "That means nothing to me. I'm sorry, Johnny." And that is so fucking cringy, it's not even funny.
We can go on this all day long.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Let's have you wrap this up real quick. Before you wrap this up, I will say to the people of Naughty Dog, because I'm sure you're all lovely people, and you're doing this because he's telling you to. Leave.
Fire his ass.
Whoever's in charge of Naughty Dog, fire him.
Fire him. Amy Hennig.
Yes, hire back Amy Hennig. And if they don't, fucking leave. Straight up, leave.
Dude, leave and work for someplace else, someplace that can actually pay you.
I take the Assassin's Creed fucking game over this fucking pile of garbage.
So
any day of the week.
So really quick, The reason why that we keep saying Amy Hennig that we haven't gone over previously, besides, I know somebody's going to sit there and say, well, she worked on Michael Jordan's Chaos in the Windy City. And I'm like, that's not a bad game. No, but she's the primary writer.
Writer for The Last of Us 1.
No. Not just, well, she didn't write The Last of Us 1. She wrote the Legacy of Kain series. And we'll talk about it at some point, but if you've never heard any of it, the dialogue, the storyline of the Legacy of Kain series is fan-fucking-tastic. It is, if you're interested in Gothic architecture, vampire redemption storylines, and Shakespearean formatted writing with soliloquies in there, you'd be interested in this shit. Plus, she worked on Jak and Daxter. She was the game director for Drake's Fortune, which is also good. She worked on the first, second, and third game. She is right now working for Skydancer Media, working on a project that hasn't fully been announced yet. But some of her writings are fucking fantastic. She's a good writer, and to get her on your payroll is really important. Like, it is stupidly important.
So, moral of the story, fire Neil Druckman, file the talentless hack, hire a woman with talent.
Who knows what she's doing, because she's written Blood Omen, Soul Reaver 2, and Defiance, which are very good fucking games.
And I think we'll end it at that. If you wanna have any closing thoughts, Nikos, go for it.
There is some other stuff. He's been working on film and television, and a lot of his awards and nomination basically come from Last of Us and Uncharted 2, but you can look for this at his Wikipedia page. But just the moral of the story, just please, if you are a game director, writer,
company owner,
just don't appeal to what a specific area of fans want. Don't include your own take on principles of your own personal politics, because not everyone
It never works.
is agree to that.
It never works.
It never
Here's
works.
what you do. Take your $60, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I've used to shit on this game, but I had the chance to play it recently, and it's fantastic. Go play No Man's Sky. At least they were honest with what happened, and they didn't sit there and attempt to fuck people over. It's just Fame got too far ahead of their development and things happened. This is a talentless fucking... I wouldn't say talentless. This is a hack writer who is trying to appeal to his own agenda instead of saying, what is the more natural role into the future?
Then taking credit for other people's work in the case of Amy Hennig, but truly, what makes him the biggest prick on the planet?
A bastard.
Copyrighted content creators, or attempted to, similar to Nico, similar to everybody in the Unity Force, struck all sorts of small and big content creators because he hated that they criticized him. And that, my friend, is why Neil Druckman is also in the Asshole Hall of Fame. You got a 3 for folks. You got a 3.
Here he comes. He's a scumbag amongst them all. He's a dick. And an asshole, as we can see quick. Now he's in the Hall of Fame amongst us all. He's a douchebag amongst most. He's the burner of your toast. He's a prick. He's a dick, and he's a fuck. But if there's one thing that we know he is amongst all the little kids, is that he's a stupid, dumb fuck.
Who will probably turn you kids gay.
In other words, ladies and gentlemen, he's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Thank you very much, good sir. So why don't we get on to the last 2 bits here?
We just keep we're going down the rabbit hole with this one. Scarce again, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, all credit to him from his video on specifically what date did he release this video? So that way I'm even know. May 12th, 2020.
Okay.
So this is about Joji.
This is exactly a week ago right now, because
So
it is
this
crossed
is-
over to midnight.
About a week ago.
About a week ago. Joji,
Also known as
Filthy Frank, on
also
YouTube.
known as
Pink Guy.
Pink Guy.
Salamander.
Also known as.
I was gonna use his real name. That also works.
What's his real name?
I believe it is. Oh God, what would it be? What would it be? It would be George Kisunoki.
Popular K-pop artist, George. I like that name. I'll just call him George.
Well, his name is George Mills. George Miller, so.
So, George Miller, a.k.a. Joji, a.k.a. Filthy Frank, has now been called to be canceled by snowflakes. Because
Specifically,
his
K-pop
Filthy
stans.
Frank character was racist, even though he himself wasn't, and he was taking the piss.
Now, let's put this in perspective. The creator of the Harlem Shake.
Yep.
One of the major helpers of H3. H3's career, iDubbbz, JonTron, Michael
Every satire
Stevens.
YouTube channel known to man right now.
I mean, PewDiePie has gone onto his channel. I mean, we're talking about a man here who is well fucking known for the stuff that he has, and he is pretty much the creator of some of the funniest internet memes ever, including being on well, I mean, you know, when you create Pink Guy and, you know, go to become number 70 on the Billboard's top 200 because of Pink season, you're doing something right.
Well, speaking of that, let's talk about why people don't want him around anymore in the K-pop scene, because everybody just knows him.
Also, how did you not know that? I mean, it's kind of obvious. He's never denied that he was Filthy Frank.
Yeah, well, because people are stupid, Mike. That's the easy answer.
I mean, he
isolated under.
All right, here we go.
Now, our next story today comes from the YouTuber known as Filthy Frank. Now, you guys probably know who Filthy Frank is. This guy has millions of subscribers. Now, a couple years ago, Filthy made the transition from YouTuber into a musician, and he's actually a very well-respected artist now named Joji. Obviously, you've probably seen his music before. It's extremely popular, and he's completely changed himself, his entire image here. But the thing is that Joji was recently trending on Twitter yesterday, and this made hundreds of thousands of tweets. So many people were talking about him yesterday. Now, this is because a lot of K-pop fans on Twitter started to call Joji racist, showing that he has said the N-word with the hard R before in his videos, and they start posting these videos on Twitter here. Maya tweeted out saying, Joji literally having a song where he says the N-word with the hard ER. You can't be serious. Now, some of these tweets made hundreds of retweets and likes, and many people were calling out Joji over this. Now, people who know who Joji was, and they know about his character on his YouTube channel, they ended up coming out and defending Joji here. Many were actually sharing the description of Filthy Frank's YouTube channel. It says here on Filthy Frank's YouTube About section that Filthy Frank is the embodiment of everything a person should not be. He's anti-PC, anti-social, and anti-couth. He behaves and reacts excessively to everything expressly to highlight the ridiculousness of racism, misogyny, legalism, injustice, ignorance, and other social blights. He also sets an example to show how easy it is from social media for any zany material to gain traction and following by simply sharing unsavory opinions and joking about topics you may find offensive. Well, even though Filthy's content has been proven to be satire, a lot of the K-pop fans that were going after him over Twitter were still angry with him. Maya tweeted out saying, don't come in my mentions talking about it's just satire. Y'all can't take a joke these days. Man, I don't give a fuck. This shit isn't funny at all, so get the fuck out of here with that. And for any of you non-blacks coming into my mentions, just get the hell out. You don't get a say in what I find offensive. Now, a guy named Jordan over Twitter responded to Maya here, and he says, as a black person, my view is that his lyrics are contextual to the character he was portraying. Rather not hear it, but I'm not mad nor willing to cancel him. Now, Maya responds here calling him the C word. Tyler tweeted out this conversation saying, silencing me will only prove that you know I'm right, showing here that she quickly blocked him afterwards. Now, many YouTubers commented on this controversy. The YouTuber Critical tweeted out saying, people finally figured out Joji is Filthy Frank. I no longer have to keep that a secret. That's a huge weight off my shoulders. Wait until people find out Santa is actually Tim Allen.
What a fucking.
Now I did place an image. I did place an image in the chat.
Yeah.
Just in case if things happen to have fucked up. I don't know. Just in case. If you can't tell that this is the same person, you're retarded.
Oh, by the way, I have it on screen right now. Silent meme will only prove that you know I'm right. He ends it with "eat shit," because she, well, the one who hates racism, called the black man a coon.
Listen, Karen.
Unironically, by the way.
Listen,
unironically, unlike Joji, who was doing it in satire.
Listen, James, how many fucking tracks of Filthy Frank have you and I probably listened to?
So many.
Please stop calling me gay. I touched a willy in high school once. Fucking funny. Dora the Explorer, bitch looks good for a 10-year-old. If you're fucking not taking these as jokes and you think that's how he actually acts as a person, you're high.
You would need legitimate, strong evidence that he has actually said that unironically. You would need actual strong evidence that he's actually wanted to do that to little kids and perv on them. You wouldn't need strong ass evidence.
As he has said, the only thing I can say, because I watched the fucking show, unlike Karen here, who hasn't, fucking, come on, I'm not wrong. The major difference is, on the Filthy Frank show, he doesn't care if you're black, white, Jewish, whatever.
He's going to make fun of everything.
Everybody on the Filthy Frank show got shit. Everybody. Doesn't matter what your race, your ideology, what you care about. Everybody gets shit.
He gave his fans shit because they were pissed off that he got a haircut in mid-video once, and then he did a whole parody of it by saying, you all should know by now this is the worst show on the internet. If I'm going to get a haircut in mid-video, I'm going to...
In the middle of the fucking video. I'm going to get a fucking haircut in the middle of the fucking video.
It was
He's Filthy Frank. Like if you don't fucking... That's why I respect George Miller more as an individual, is the fact that he was willing to take a career of... There is no fucking way he should have gotten where he is now from all the shit that he has said on YouTube. But he did it.
Yeah, and absolutely.
I mean, let's be honest.
And again, he was satire. It was all satire from the beginning.
Let's be honest. Let's be 100% here.
Yeah.
If any of us, let's say we were working, right, and our boss found out that we said specific words on the internet, we'd be done. But he's George Miller. He's a fucking legend on YouTube of the guy who can physically say, yeah, I walked away from YouTube and I don't regret it. Yeah. I have never regretted it because of the fact that I had to literally take me as an individual and throw it out and become something I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy knows how to make a beat. He knows how to write lyrics. He knows how to fucking have fun.
He knows how to sing.
I know. There's a lot of people out there that go, I don't know who this person is. I've stayed away from that part of the internet. And that's fine, and that's completely fair. But you can't talk about some of the most successful YouTubers without including him on the list.
No way. Absolutely.
He has changed so many fucking YouTubers, like, ways of doing things. It's not even funny. And a lot of them, like, a lot of the videos that he would do would be stupid, dumb shit, like, I mean, for fuck's sake, dude, I'll give two good examples of how different he is as an individual. You can have him have him play rock, paper, scissors in the middle of the park in a full pink bodysuit playing against another person in a full red bodysuit, standing next to a almost completely naked individual with just his underwear going up his ass crack, and then getting hit with a trash can and going, the fuck? And then later in his career, you have Dancing in the Dark. Slow Dancing in the Dark, which is one of the best songs he's ever come out with, in my personal perspective.
And top charts, #1 worldwide.
Yeah, fuck you,
which Rice Gum tried to do and failed at.
Yeah, because he wrote a song that sounds and is good, and he didn't have to blow his voice out to do it correctly. Better example, he fights he goes back in time as Pink Guy, as the time police, goes back in time, fights a Nazi who can only speak saying Hitler, Hitler, Schnitzel, Schnitzel, while in a drive-by shootout with a pink fucking sedan chasing after a fucking Nazi in his vehicle with a German flag in the trunk, blowing in the wind, to leading later to him making "Shut the fuck up."
You're a effing cunt.
The track of high school. That is literally the song of high school.
Yes, 100%.
I know that there's a lot of people that go, "Well, I was in high school. I was listening to this." Yeah, but this is what you were thinking the entire time throughout high school.
It was the most relatable song for high school.
It was made for Filthy Frank was made for high school kids. Filthy Frank was made for fucking end of middle school to high school kids. It's quite obvious.
Probably shouldn't have been.
Oh, absolutely not. There's a lot of shit that he says in there that you'll never get out of. I
mean, kids don't think it though.
No. Well, that's the whole thing. Is that, like, I'll give an example of his fan base. You could talk about fucking African Americans, Jewish individuals, anybody, but if you talked about anime, whoa, you're going too far.
Yep.
Well, this is the Filthy Frank show. Make up your fucking mind.
Fuck you, Weeaboo Jones. I love Family Guy. Reality check.
Good.
Reality check. Reality check.
It's super good. And if you haven't seen the channel before, here's what you do. Listen to George Miller now. Go back in time and listen to some of his shit.
It's too.
And then you go.
You could tell it was a character on screen.
You can absolutely
Nikos,
tell.
you were about to say something?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
I mean, Pink Season's fucking... It's the most experimental nonsense album. But it's upsetting when there's some shit in there that's really good.
Dude, his bars are impeccable.
He's been reviewed on fucking radio shows, like straight up radio shows, where they fucking locked themselves in a room for like an hour listening to his shit. But yeah, George Miller. Listen, if you're canceling George Miller and Joji, Filthy Frank, what have you, you're an idiot.
Yep.
You are literally a fucking moron for the fact that he's stupidly talented. He is one of the most talented members on YouTube and should be talked about for years to come. This is how you can become a huge YouTuber, by literally being an idiot.
Yep.
And making content that nobody is going to question they're going to question what the fuck they're watching, but they're infatuated.
It's so original, it'll draw you in no matter how stupid it is.
Yep.
You're going to be sitting there for like a day going, I can't stop watching. I have probably watched almost every... I spent about a good month going through all of his content. And it's a lot of this scale-based. It's very in between. You'll have stuff that you like, you'll have stuff that you don't. But the Chin Chin Saga is fucking one of those things that you go,
the funniest shit ever.
Fuck! I'm gonna watch the next episode, but what the fuck's happening?
You know what? I thought this was gonna be a bad topic, but we made it a good topic.
No,
so
because that's the whole thing. He's Filthy Frank. If you don't know him, you should respect him for the simple fact.
Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank, bitch.
Yep.
Let's get some pussy tonight.
Let's get some.
He said, not even the right joke, but I don't give a shit. He sexually identifies as an attack helicopter, and you will show him respect.
You damn well better show him respect.
I sexually identify as an attack helicopter.
No, an Apache attack helicopter. Now,
jump on it. Jump on it.
I'm actually going to say the topic. I'm actually going to save the topic we were going to talk about last.
We can make it really quick. We can just make it really quick.
No, you know what? The only reason why I thought we needed to put it in was because I thought it was going to make us angry. No. But you know what? It didn't, because we made it happy. Because we talked about how good Joji is. We talked about how good George Miller is. Okay? The Filthy Frank motherfucker. So you know what? we're gonna end this episode here, and we'll talk about the topic we was gonna be for last in the next episode.
We'll probably start you know what? Why don't we do that? We'll start the topic that's at the end of this one, and we'll go next episode. We'll talk about it at the beginning.
Yeah, and
so that way it's a common thread.
That way it will be a surprise for people when they see something on my channel.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for coming to the Indy Force one more time. Thank you for coming to the meeting and the rally.
The rally, is that what we're calling it now?
I'm trying to find a good way, like a good subtextual way to kind of make it work.
Our fan base is the rally. I like the rally.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But thank you for coming. Either way, we hope that we entertained you. If we didn't, drop a dislike. I don't care.
Yeah. But you know what? You know what? Here, I'll do it.
50,000 dislikes. Can we do it?
Listen, 50,000 dislikes. But that one guy that did like, I cried.
Can we do it? Come on, let's go. Smash the dislike button. No,
50. Come on, smash that dislike.
Do you know what that is? Because here's the difference.
You know what? I'm gonna go full PewDiePie with this. Fuck it. We ended it with a meme. We might as well keep ending it with a meme. Like the fucking video. Dislike the fucking video if you enjoyed today's episode. I don't give a shit. You want to leave a comment? Leave a comment in the comment section. You like the live chat? Leave a comment in the live chat. And until next time, we love it when a plan comes together, bitches.